Hey everybody, thanks for joining the show. Welcome to Player Pass episode. What are we up to? Episode 4. How's everybody
Yeah.
in the panel? How's everybody on the panel?
Good.
Rocking.
Yeah, good. Everybody got their beverage of choice? Okay. Remember, everyone's got their beverage of choice. Got to have a
Oh, why?
beverage.
Fuck yeah. What are we drinking? What are we drinking?
Wine.
I'm drinking my fancy beer.
Is that Beck's, Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, cool. Yeah. This is. Hey, Todd, you might know this. Have you heard of Tito's vodka?
Yeah. Tito's vodka.
That's this and juice.
And the reason why I know about Tito's is that they, at one point, were really big supporters on ESPN radio. So I got to hear the commercial about Tito's vodka.
That's just a screwdriver, right?
Tequila.
I know about it through. You might know him. You might not. A comedian by the name of Bert Kreischer.
No, don't know that one.
No,
His drink of choice is Tito's and soda.
All right. Welcome, Redneck. I see he's in the chat. Brooklyn Cord Cutters. Thanks for watching. I was on his show just last night or yesterday afternoon, chit-chatting. Welcome. The fire trucks.
Yeah, that's my neighborhood.
That's where I live. Well, at least it's not the police.
Is that you or me?
That wasn't me.
Oh, it was me then.
So we got Albin over there, Darth J. Thanks for watching. Patty D. Maybe she'll join the show. We actually do have one guest that welcomed. It's got the guts to join. Eddie, thanks for joining. JJ Cordcutter was the first. Big H was also early before the show. So today's episode show is on Extraction and Step Brothers. So I hope you've watched both of them because there's going to be plenty of spoilers in this. And hopefully everybody did their homework. Sometimes it does feel like homework because, watching movies wasn't homework until we had to watch it. Then it's like, oh, I gotta watch
it's like a little job.
It totally is.
It does.
But it's cool.
It's the remembering what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to do it on the fly. No notes, no nothing. He's just gonna go in it dry. He's gonna let his memory. He's gonna. All right, let's go ahead. We'll get cranked up with Extraction. This is a Netflix movie, and I will go ahead and share my screen here for a second, folks. Let's see here.
Sharing is caring.
That's what it is. All right, so we don't want that one, which I do have a trivia. We'll go through some of that at a different point later in the point. So we're talking to 2000. This is a brand new movie. Was just released the 24th of April, and we've got our sweet boy Tyler Rake, who is Chris Hemsworth, which I never realized he has some beautiful blue eyes.
Oh yeah, he's gorgeous.
It's not even the muscles that I was kind of a little bit when they were looking close up on his eyes. I was like, dang, no wonder women like him.
It's because he's got really long eyelashes too, so his blue eyes just sort of like poop. They pop at you.
Boom.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know. I had a little man crush there for a second. So
Matthew McConaughey taking a back seat.
Well, it wasn't until they closed up. They did a close up on that, and I was like, wow, okay,
that's an all right for you.
Okay. All right. Who wants to be? Which one of y'all want to be first with this? I know Andrew says he doesn't. Anybody?
Oh, he wants to?
No, he's pointing to you.
Oh,
he's
Declare?
pointing down. Me?
Claire. Yeah, you're down.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
All right, Claire. So this movie. So what did you think? Pluses, minuses, points you liked, points you didn't like.
Well, fuck, I made that strong today. I have to say, not saying anything good or bad, just an initial out of the gate observation. I almost watched this all in one shot, almost. just through sheer time and all that kind of shit. But as I went through it and got through it eventually, I couldn't help but notice that, and I was even telling my girlfriend this, I said, if you've seen the Bourne series, if you've seen John Wick, etc., and so on, you've seen this movie. A Man on Fire. If you've seen any of those, you've seen this. That said, not like this is, in my opinion, the furthest thing from a bad movie. Like I fucking loved this. It was just fucking cool. You had your main character dude. It's Hemsworth, right? Not Helmsworth.
Yes, it is. It's Hemsworth.
I
There's
thought
no
so.
else.
'Cause I got
I didn't
a
want to
Hemsworth
correct
fan
him,
in
but I
my
did.
house. So,
Yeah.
But much like the movies I'm comparing it to, you have your main guy. May or may not be through contract, but you have your main guy. He goes in, and he's basically regarded as the boogeyman to all the bad guys, right? Stick with me if you want to stay alive, to steal a bit from John McClane. Again, it sounds like I'm baiting the shit out of it a little, but I'm not. It's just, I don't know if anyone's going to share this with me or not, but it seems a little formulaic. But it's not. I can't. I don't have a bad word to say. It's fucking off. One bad thing I will say. There's a part where they're going through. It's that chase scene when he's got the kid following him through all the apartments and stuff. Could they have dragged that out a little longer, for fuck's sake? Like,
It wasn't a little long.
Oh my god! Like for one, that seemed like a big scene, right? It was basically a car chase with people, and it fell a little too long for my liking. Like for one big, huge fucking sequence, right? Like, come on, like just I don't know, yeah. But that's my only complaint about this. It was fucking really cool. Loved it.
All right. Is that you done?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. Blue, I'll let you be next.
Okay. I started this movie one night and I got to the very first scene where he meets up, where he's going to get the kid. And he's in that room with all those guys and the guy puts a gun to his head, blah, 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 blah. The action in that scene, the first time I saw it, I couldn't look at it. It was like one guy gets thrown and his head gets snapped. It's that head snapping shit that throws me. He grabs a guy and he does a wrestler move where he takes him over his shoulder and hits the ground, snaps his neck. And the rake,
I love that
like
shit.
when the rake came out, I was like, oh motherfucker, no. So I'm like blocking the TV, just listening to thumps and grunts and groans. And I'm like, I said to Todd, I don't think I can do this. I said, it's a little too violent for me. But then he's like, oh, okay. So one night he's like, okay, I'm ready to watch it. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it at the same time as you then. And I started watching it. I kind of looked away during that scene, but then I found that was the most violent scene. The rest of it was a little more, like you said, a little more John Wick action, a little more knife gunfight action, which I really like. Like, I love that tap, 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 chest, head. I love that shit. The accuracy of it and everything. So I love that stuff. Chris Hemsworth, it's fucking beautiful. I could watch him all day long just because he's like yummy. The kid was great in it, but my favorite character in this movie was the guy who worked for his dad, who basically screws them in the beginning to save money, but that ends up helping out in the end. Like that part where he calls them and he says, "Yeah," and the dude was kind of neat looking too. Like he looked in the beginning when he's got his glasses and he looks like a professional. He looked like nothing like that. He looked like this slick backed Indian dude, like, businessman, like that. From that to, especially when him and Chris Hemsworth have their first initial fight with each other and he gets hit by the car and then he goes to the hotel and he's got to re-break put his nose back in place and stuff. Like he looks completely different. But I love the fact that they were essentially the same guy. Chris Hemsworth and this guy were the same guy. They just worked for different governments, basically. So they had the same skills, knife skills. Like when he hunts them down in the beginning, it's like, holy shitballs. So when they're finally working together at the end there, I was like cheering. I'm like, so when that dude died, I cried actually. I got all a little
Wow.
teary because he ended up just being so fucking cool. And the whole premise of it was that he was basically being blackmailed. You save my son or I kill your family. So I kill your son. So it's like he didn't have a choice.
What a
So
shot.
he starts off as the bad guy, but ends up as the good guy. I don't know. I liked this movie. Once I got past that rake scene, there's the nose part.
Yeah, that was when his nose was broken.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there was just, and one of the funniest scenes was when Chris Hemsworth comes up against all those kids, and all he's doing is bitch slapping them all over the place because they're kids. That part was hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even beating them up or killing them; he was just bitch slapping
Go
them all
away.
over the place. Yeah, like little flies. So, for me, I loved it. I would watch it again now that I've seen it all the way through. So,
Okay. So what about you, ARB?
I loved it. I loved the action. It's a pretty simple story, but it's all about the action. The action, the cinematography, the way the cameras were, and everything with the action scenes was great. And there was a couple of scenes, like what Chan says, where you like turned away and winced a bit, like the rake thing. I did exactly what you did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, don't do it. But, like some of that stuff is, I just can't look at it. But I just thought the action in it was absolutely brilliant. And my favorite bit was the bit that you just talked about with the kids in the street.
yeah,
And when he's slapping them around and that, and then at the end of it, the woman on the other end of the thing was like, "What's holding you up?" or something like that. And he says, "Oh, I just ran into the Goonies from hell." But it was it kind of gave you an idea at the start of the movie where it was going to go. Like, so I was not expecting like stuff like kids to die and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like when the main child characters with his friend and they're like smoking a joint or something like that, and then the police come up to them and they're like, "What are you doing?" and stuff like that. And then he goes, "It's all right, you're going to live like a long, healthy life." And then he just goes bang,
yeah,
he shoots the lad in the head. I was like, "Holy shit!"
yeah, me too.
And the other scene with the other kid, what happens to the other kid? That was like, oh my god.
You mean when he got
there was
tossed
a
off the
few-
roof?
Yeah, when he got tossed off the roof.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
like, oh, holy shit.
Are you for real?
Yeah,
It was a bit
Man.
disturbing that.
That part bothered me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did bother me. Like, but I just thought, oh god, I hope there's not too many more scenes like that.
yeah.
And I thought it was going to carry on actually when they were going to get that lad to cut his fingers off.
Hmm.
Can I add a note?
but
Are you done? When Andrew's done?
No, continue. No, speak.
No, I was just gonna. You reminded me of a few things. One major one being that if you sit back and think of this kind of movie, like if you take all the factors that we're talking about into consideration, what blows me away is I think it was you, Shannon, that mentioned the different levels of government at play with Hemsworth's character and the other dude with the glasses. It's staggering to the mind, in my opinion, that when you fucking think, and that's the dude I'm talking about. When you think about it, in some parts of the world, this is how shit works,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and that's scary.
Well, do you remember that Russell Crowe movie there, Proof of Life? It was the same thing. It was it Colombia where people are
Heard of it.
Americans get kidnapped all the time, and they have
Yeah.
a special task force that basically
Holy shit.
negotiate to get these guys back.
Isn't that wild?
Sorry, go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, sure.
No, he just brought up the picture with a rake there. I was like, holy shit. It just had flashbacks.
Yeah, I couldn't.
thought-
I did the old.
Yeah, I did. The one gripe I had with it,
Fair.
it wasn't like not that I can get away with little bits of that in movies. But obviously they weren't planning on telling much of a story around the characters, and especially like Chris Hemsworth's character. You get little snippets here and there of like his past and stuff like that, but you don't get like a well-rounded full story, which I kind of feel like they might be keeping for if they do another one. We could talk about at the end after
Yeah.
Todd's done his bit. There's a few things that we can talk about actually after that. But other than the storytelling, which was pretty, you could see where it was kind of going.
Yes and no. For me, it was a yes and
there
no.
was a couple of bits, yeah.
Because when he teamed up with the bad guy, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That I thought, oh, this guy's going to be following them through the whole movie, but then you like kind of you start to see his real intentions is he just wants to look after his family. He doesn't want to come to them, so he's not bothered about if that like Tyler, he kills Tyler or not. He just wants to help make sure the kid's okay, so his family's okay. So he's like, whatever way it gets to that resolution, I'll do it. And it just so happened he's a really badass character as well.
Oh my god!
So them two teaming up was just great, and the fight scenes was great, and I just loved it.
Yeah, me too. Action was fantastic.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So I was looking through. I'm over here multitasking. I'm trying to watch the chat over here on the side to make sure I'm getting the people, because the people that are the comments that are coming in through some of you guys on the chat. I'm sorry that I may not catch your comment, but repost it. I'll try to bring it onto the show so that people see what you thought. And a lot of the same thoughts. And I think with it being a cookie cutter feel, yes, it felt like that cookie cutter action. CIA going to pull somebody out, that kind of like, the government hush, we don't really know what you're doing, but just go on in there and get the hostages and come out. It had that definite feel. I will say this for people that watch it on Kodi, turn on forced subs. Because if you watch it through Kodi, it'll have no subs.
A lot of Indian.
The whole things. And there's parts that they're talking in Indian that you need to know.
What is it? It's Punjabi, I think.
I'll say yes. That was the language.
Like you could say Mexican, but it's actually Spanish.
Spanish?
Punjabi.
Spanish?
Yeah.
You have no Spanish. Hello.
Todd didn't need subtitles, obviously.
Well, when I watched it on Netflix, it's actually it would actually say what language it was, which was kind of neat. That's the only reason I know that.
I'm a fucking idiot. It took me because this was on. I remember last week or whatever it was when I was saying that it took me forever to find an English link.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing with this thing. And then I thought, oh yeah, it's on fucking Netflix.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
I was gonna say I watched it legally and not on Netflix, guys. Sorry.
So did I.
Yeah, well, I watched it both ways. So if you watch it on Kodi, you need to make sure to on the audio settings, you want to do forced sub so that you get the English subs for when they talk a different language. That does help you. When they threw the kid off the building, I was at the point of this don't feel so good. The fight scenes don't bother me, but that part disturbed me, and I didn't know what was up with the chipmunk. Did you notice the chipmunk on the rail?
I can tell you about that.
Okay,
I can tell you about that.
All right, tell me about that.
When they were filming that scene, that chipmunk just wouldn't go away; it just stayed there the whole time.
Really?
So they were like, we might as well just capture it in the thing. So it's like kind of just like pans down to the chipmunk.
It part of the scene.
That's friggin' fun.
Yeah, because it wouldn't go away. They were like, oh, it wants to plot the movie, so we'll just leave it in.
Yeah,
and that's the whole reason behind it.
Well, yeah. So I wondered why. So that's a backstory to that. And I wrote on there, yes, I liked Chris's blue eyes. I actually wrote notes to that. And when he was in the water for that long period of time, the reason I thought he was in the water, I thought that he was in the water for that period of time to see if his friends would come in, because he says, if he drowns, I'm coming in after him. Or he said that there's something to that they say that. Or he says, if I drown, come in and get me or something. And nobody jumped in. Nobody ever jumped in the water. And I'm thinking, where's your fucking friends? You're down there for,
What are you talking about?
When Chris first jumps in the water, the first
not
part.
The kid, Chris.
No. Well, yeah, Chris, when he sits there at the bottom, when Tyler Rake is at the bottom of the water, just sitting there, because when he jumps, he says, "Don't let me drown, come and get me," or whatever he says. And they all just stand up. Both those other dudes just never jump in the water. So that bothered me.
I don't remember him saying that.
Yeah, he says it right before he jumps.
Really?
He says,
I thought he said, "That's my beard. Don't hold this," and then he said, I told you to hold it, not drink it. I don't remember him saying anything about come get me.
Well, I'll have to look it up, because he says,
he says hold my beer, and then he's like, don't drink it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then jumps.
Then he jumps in.
Maybe I thought he said that.
I think when he was under the water, I think when he was under the water, it was like the only place that he could find peace.
Yes. And he had
Yeah,
a lot of ghosts. I wrote in here. He had a lot of ghosts going on in his head.
I was trying to understand that bit as well. Sorry to interrupt your review, Todd. But that bit. I thought that was just he did that because he was like obviously he stayed on that for as long as possibly could. I thought that was just a way of him to see his son again because it's like getting close to death because he's staying on the water for as long as possible.
Well, that was the neatest part too, Andrew, is that every single time he's remembering his son, it's blurred until the end.
Blurred, till the end, yeah.
I didn't catch that at all.
Yeah,
it's true. Yep, it did. The double tap, when you talk about the double tap, it makes me think of my Call of Duty days. That double tap, like pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. I love the silencer on the gun.
But hey, Todd, the funniest part about that is that you didn't intentionally, but you always could go chest head, because on the first shot, you know how it automatically kicks. So you look like a professional, even though you're really not. Just like me.
Shaggy knows me. He's gonna come on the show in a minute. He knows me when our Call of Duty or in our Quake days, Call of Duty days. I'm a spray and pray kind of guy, anyways, when I'm shooting.
Pray and pray.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Usually I use the Uzi or Scorpion. I could just lay out a lot of buttons. Great fight scenes. You pointed out the fight scene with the knives. And that was great. I thought that fight scene was really, really good. The cars hitting both of them. They both got hit by cars. I thought, wow, how ironic that both of them are hit by cars. His buddy calls the kid a walking corpse. And it bothered me that this guy was the guy. And I don't have his picture because I don't want to have to try to talk. And
he's in Stranger Things. It's a sheriff.
Yeah, the sheriff from Stranger Things, and he's wearing the sunglasses in the house at night.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking,
cool guy.
It's not much light. I mean, it's very dark in his place. Why are you wearing glasses? But
Todd, you know who he was, though. I remember in the very beginning when the girl's talking to him about taking this job, and he says, "What about so and so?"
Yeah,
and she says he's out of the game. That was him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because he said I owed you my life. When you talk about that second killer guy, he reminded me of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. You guys remember when he had that thing over his thing and his face was all deformed? And he's trying to get the kid over the bridge. It made me think of the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
David Harbour.
Yeah. And the only other thing that I thought is a lot of damn people died to save one kid.
Yep. There's a lot of money involved in that.
I don't know. There are a lot of people died.
Lots of coffee money.
The thing is, though, the main people that died in it were the corrupt cops that worked for the guy in Bangladesh that stole it in the first place.
Well, and then wasn't there some of the people that died on the Americans when the Americans came up to the bridge?
Yep.
And I'm thinking, where was your asses earlier?
His whole team
shooting at the bridge.
I was actually sad when his sniper friend there died. Gee.
Can we have a moment for these kids with guns?
Oh my gosh,
motherfucker! Speaking of life.
Yeah, I was.
Oh my God!
When you talk about the Goonies, I was attacked by the killer Goonies. I laughed out loud because that was so funny. Because I'm thinking, just kill one of those little kids because they're coming back. They keep respawning. You know, it's like you just got to get rid of some of it. And that one kid at the very beginning when he takes a gun when the kid don't have a bullet in it, he's shooting at him, it's empty, and he keeps shooting and there's nothing in there. And then that same kid is on that motorcycle shooting him up, and I'm thinking. Man, you need to just clean this stuff up. I mean, you're leaving too many loose ends and they come back on you.
Well, the one that cut his finger off that he bitch slapped really, really hard is the one that shoots him in the neck at the end.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up. But
he slaps him, he goes, "You little shit."
Well, and he slams him against the car. And I mean, he doesn't hurt him, but he hurts him enough to get up off me. You know,
he's just kind of shoving them. Yeah.
See, but that's a problem. It came back to haunt him by not taking them serious, you know.
Always double tap, Crip. That's right.
Damn right, Crip.
Double tap. He goes pop, pop,
double tap,
pop, pop. So
John Wick style.
It was funny. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. Some of the other people said to me it is a little bit cookie cutter, and you can feel where it's going to go. But yes, Blue is right. You do kind of fall for Raja, because he's trying to capture or get the kid back, because his own kid. His own family is threatened. So he's not doing it to hey, I just want to make the boss happy. No, he's doing it to save his kid's life. And he calls his wife and says, "You don't hear back from me in 12 hours. You take the money and you go."
Well, she says to him, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say to what Todd was saying. There's that part at the, I think it's like within the first half an hour even, where they're sitting at the table and mom looks at him and goes, "Do what you have to do."
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, and you
He's-
find
I-
out.
It's almost the divide between. I want, maybe soldier is a strong word, but I'll use that, and father.
Yeah.
Right, like,
Well,
do what you
I
you
love-
got to do.
I
fucker.
love when they go into his house after you only know him as like that. It looks like the business guy for the dad, but when you go in the house and you see his army photograph,
Yeah.
they center in on
Yeah.
that for a second
And-
as they're going by. It's like, oh,
Well, and then you caught it. Did you catch the part where he tells his wife that there's no money? The money is froze.
yeah.
So there's no money. They can't pay off. They can't pay Tyler in his company to save his son, save that his boss's son, because there's no money to be used because it's frozen. So that's why he has to go do it. It's not, hey, we're going to stiff the company.
He had to.
He had to do it because can't get the money.
Again, he
So-
said that he needed the head. Well, the girl said that they needed the heavy lifting done.
So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and open up. I sent the link over here to stream over to the YouTube group. If anybody wants to join in, any of you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to join in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and open this up for everybody. What?
Can I want to say one more thing too,
Yeah.
though. That was neat. I like the whole him underwater in the beginning,
Yeah.
and when he goes over the bridge and he doesn't resurface, it's like you go, oh, seal. My brain went once again SEAL training. You know that underwater.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't think he was going to survive at first because he got shot in the fucking neck. But I guess he got shot in the side of the neck.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
But he also got shot like in like the
Oh,
He
yeah,
got
but
shot a lot.
chest. Like,
He got
through it.
shot a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
All right, and then we go into the sniper. That bullet, we talked about this, Blue. That bullet that the sniper
Oh,
shot
what a rip through him.
was not some little 22 bullet. You're
Yeah, but that
talking about major rippage and things are coming apart.
One of the things too that I like being a woman.
That sounded
is
dirty.
Yeah, one of the things that I like being a woman though
Sorry, Todd.
was seeing that chick in the very beginning, how she was like in the dress suit, like the blouse and the pants and whatever. Seeing her friggin' take down the helicopter with a fucking bazooka and then take out the sniper with another sniper rifle. I gotta say, I really like that stuff.
And
From
the last
from a chick point of view.
also when she shoots the boss man in the bathroom.
Oh shit, yeah, that was fucking
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
She
Wasn't
walks up
that
and
that wasn't
Yeah.
her, though. That
was
wasn't
her.
her.
That
Yes,
wasn't
it
her?
That was her.
Was that
That
not
was-
the was
Yeah.
that not the assassin guy's wife?
No,
No.
that was the girl.
I think that was her
She was
because she
Indian.
was
Oh,
was
was it
pissed
her?
off.
Was it?
That was
So-
Right. I thought it was the other guy's wife.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
All right, so we got two guests. We got Shaggy
Woo.
jumped in the chat.
Sorry, I'm just
Welcome,
gonna grab
Shaggy.
mine real fast.
All right, Shaggy, welcome to the chat. We got Diana. Thanks for joining the chat.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I see somebody else is pulling, and I don't think I can put them in. Let me drop that in the trash can. Alban. All right, so Alban, I'll pull you in a few minutes. All right, Shaggy, since you jumped in first, your thoughts.
On Extraction.
Huh?
On Extraction,
Yeah, on Extraction.
I enjoyed it. There were a lot of things that I had problems with, but they got a few things right. I enjoyed some of the car chasing. Some of the camera work that they did with the car chase was really cool because at one point the camera was outside the car, and then all of a sudden as they go by, the camera gets moved into the car, and I thought that was pretty interesting. With my favorite character was his handler, which was the woman,
Mm-hmm.
and how badass she was, and she was the one that killed the guy at the end. It wasn't that guy's wife.
Yeah.
Right. I thought it was a guy's wife.
No. So
That
I thought it
camera
was enjoyable.
scene that you just done about on the car, where it's
Yes.
like when it's the camera scene on the car. It's actually the director's actually sitting on the bonnet of the car. He's like strapped to the car, and they're just following the Tyler's car around the thing.
Yeah,
so
that's one way to
the
put it.
cameraman's literally strapped to the front of the car. I think it was just so that he had a really good shot.
I didn't think the story was developed enough with him and the kid because he would not have developed the feelings for the kid in that short amount of time. It just wasn't there.
Even though he
being the
lost a
type-
kid.
No, especially doing the work that he did, he would have never connected with the kid like that.
Yeah, he's kind of trained not to.
Yes.
Michael, I think we both
Yes.
know better because you have a big fucking heart.
I wasn't trained to do that. So I mean, he was trained to kill people like that and not be concerned about death. So it would have taken a lot more to get him, to want to save that kid like that.
Yeah, I agree with you because the story, it needed more of a story to the back end. It's just like he saved the kids. I loved the fighting and shooting, and then that was over. I don't know. I liked it, but could have been more of a story.
See,
I agree.
I liked the story, and I liked the part where he talks about his son and about the fact that he'd rather go off to war than have to sit and watch his son die. That part was like gut wrenching. But
Yeah.
in all honesty, I don't know if I was just in the action movie frame of mind, but I didn't want any more than that because I wanted more action. I'm like, okay, get me back into this. You know what I mean? Like, okay, when's the shooting going to start again? That's been 10 minutes of talking. That's enough of that bullshit.
I thought the action was good, but I
Yeah.
thought it was a little much. They should have had more character development at times.
Well, it was kind of cute though, right? When you think about the fact that I like that they showed the kid in the beginning and how lonely he was. You know, how much fun he had with his friends, but the second he got home, he was like alone.
Right.
Even the lady dropping the food in front of him and then walking away and nobody to talk to, nobody to. It's like, holy crap balls, this poor fucking kid. If I was him, I wouldn't have wanted to go home.
Well, I don't think that Chris Hemsworth could have lived at the end of that where he got shot. Just saying.
Yeah,
He would
no.
have bled out pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was coming out his mouth, right? That's a
It
bad
was
sign.
Getting shot
Does
in
anyone
that
else
artery
think that
there.
this whole thing felt like about 10 minutes, even though it was like an hour and a half? It went
Who
like
was
really fast to me.
Yeah,
Who is
you're right.
who is that guy standing in the shadows behind the pool at the end? Was that Chris? Maybe.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Okay. All right. Hey,
That
I
was
hate
my
to jump
opinion.
on and off. I gotta go. My dog's jumping all over me here. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Not expect it. I'm sorry.
Puppy.
Thanks for coming on, though. It was
Yeah,
brave of
maybe
ya.
I'll
You did it.
still be around, but
Okay.
I can't be on the show when he's all over me here.
Okay.
Thanks, you guys. I'll be back later.
Thanks, Diane.
I was trying to give room for some of the other people that are jumping in here. We got so Alban. I'll let Alban. Darth. Whenever you come back, I'll pull you back in.
Robin, why don't you show your face, honey? We already
Hey.
know what you look like.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second.
I did love the fact that they called it a magazine and not a clip in the
Ta-da.
movie.
Oh, here we go. All right, he's going
Hello,
down another
Philip.
shirt. Another shirt.
Somebody's
Oh.
sitting on somebody's face there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a bathroom sign for dogs or something.
Oh, wait. I was gonna do this
There
Where
we
did
go.
Andrew go?
from MySpace to my face.
Face.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
God needs that shirt.
I love it.
Amazing.
Hey, I do want to say thank you to Diana L for jumping in for a minute. If she's more than welcome to jump in. All right, so go ahead, Alban. So your thoughts on it?
I loved it. I say I really, really like the police chase. The first police chase was really good because it reminded me a lot about like how the filming was done for 17. Just like one person throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? What else that you guys didn't see? I needed to go home.
Alright.
I
Alban, you're
and
Yeah,
Break-
I thought it was just
breaking-
me.
no, he's breaking up. Hey, are you like downloading some torrents or something?
I did grab
Your
some
mic's got
music.
Tourette's.
He was like up. I'm sorry, Alban. You're breaking
You
up.
frozen now?
He's frozen.
let me jump.
He's
Repeat
frozen.
that.
He said he's gonna jump.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out.
Don't jump! Don't jump! No. We saw that with the little kid. Okay.
We've had.
I'm gonna jump out.
Okay, all right. So one of the other things, and let me jump in. I'm going to show. I'm going
Todd
to
could
share
just
my
kick you
screen.
like what he just did to me.
I just put you on backstage. You weren't kicked.
Kicked
So
him out.
no, I put him in backstage. I put him in timeout.
Kicked us out.
I kicked. I boot. I
Yeah,
put
the
him and I
boots.
both in backstage so the other people could talk.
I had so much to say, Todd. I had so much to say about this movie.
Okay, so all right, so a few things that I thought was kind of neat. The single take action sequence that lasted exactly 11 minutes and 30 seconds.
Hey, which scene was that then? That was the going through the apartments, right? Must have been, because that was the only
Yeah,
scene where
It was the end of it.
Oh, that fucking trilogy. Okay. Yeah.
It was the end of the apartment scene. Yeah. Like,
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Sam Hargraves, directorial debut. He was a stunt double for Chris Evans in Captain America.
Cool.
Um,
Good for
yeah.
him.
Oh,
eventually, he was the
fucking-
go-to
He was in the-
choreographer. Yep, go ahead.
he did the camera work in this movie as well, and he was also in this movie.
Okay, that's really, really
He's
cool,
the-
man. That's a big jump from
he's
friggin'
the-
stunt guy
He's the sniper. He's the sniper at the start with the beard.
Oh, I love
Chris
that guy.
Hemsworth.
Oh
Gee,
yeah.
gee.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
see, it was
that's
see,
the
that's
director.
the dude I cried when he died.
Yeah, he was the director.
So let's see. It talks about positive reception for this. There may be a sequel. They've already that Chris Hemsworth.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Sam Hargraves. If you're watching this right now, your movie was fantastic, and you're hot.
He needed to shave though.
I
He
thought
needed to
that
shave.
dude
Yeah,
was
if
hot
you-
right from the
need to
second I
shave.
saw him.
If you're one of the 22 people watching this right now, good movie.
A few other things that I thought we were looking at the trivia, and it talks about Tyler Rake, and it talks about that he kills a guy with a rake. It was kind of
Oh
ironic.
yeah, I didn't even think
Yeah.
of that actually.
And it talks about when Tyler Rake here when has a 1911 gun in his forehead, he doesn't flinch when the thug pulls the trigger. He replies, "There's no magazine in it. A 1911 pistol will still fire when it's chambered. When a chambered round
chambered.
isn't-
That's
in
what I
there.
was thinking actually. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not in there if it's in the chamber, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought, there mustn't be one in the chamber then.
I think, in all honesty, he wasn't scared at all because he didn't give a shit if he died.
Yeah, he didn't care. He was
Yeah.
like
Sorta,
because
I
she
think that.
said that to him. She says, "You're just trying to die, aren't you? You're
Yeah.
hoping to not come back or to
Gonna
catch a
find a
bullet or
bullet."
whatever he says." Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why when he finds out there's no money coming in, he still wants to help the kid.
Yeah.
I think,
He knows
and
it's a suicide mission.
and we did mention something about the Brad Pitt thing, didn't we already?
Yep. And it is
So-
funny that his name was Tyler. Hey, Tyler Durden. in
Yeah.
Fight Club.
I have something.
We,
kind of-
All right.
yeah, go on. I talked a lot.
Oh no, I was just going to say I have something that as we're talking, I was reminded of this. I mentioned during my words that taking a moment for like these kids with guns. It's interesting because and you know how you're prompted to think of something when you're prompted to do so. The father of my ex-wife's kids is Lebanese. Now I know that's two different areas because this was in Dakar, I think, or something like that.
In
over
Bangladesh and India.
that-
Kinda take place.
but Dakar was the actual city they
Yeah,
were in, I
that's,
think.
that was
Um,
supposed to be
in
happening.
Bangladesh.
But regardless, like I said, this fellow was Lebanese, and he was at the house one day picking the kids up when I lived in Ottawa, and he was telling me telling me stories of like his upbringing and stuff, and he can vividly remember. He never said when he came to Canada, but he was a kid in fucking Lebanon, and he said he can vividly remember growing up and going gun shopping with his father at the age of 12 because he was advising his own father on what to get and what not.
Wow.
Like this guy could take a gun apart and put it back together when he was fucking 12.
That's freaky. Yeah, that's like when the
Right?
guy says to the kid, though, he says, I like this one. Get him a gun.
You're fucked.
And the only reason the other ones didn't have guns is because they couldn't afford it.
Damn.
But that is
That's a big
Sam.
beard
That's
there.
Sam there. Yeah.
No, but that's a giant beard.
Yeah. Kind of
With
reminds
with
me.
his normal beard.
It reminds me of somebody else a little while ago.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to be all grim by what I said, but it's just
No,
kind
no.
of
Yeah.
No, I'll
freaky
let
in
you know.
terms of life.
So okay, so we
We
got.
got it easy here.
Oh fuck, right, Blue?
Yeah. Yeah, we really do.
So all right, so Shaggy, would you give this a play or pass? What would you give it?
I would give it a play. I don't know that I would watch it a second time, but
I
first time
will.
it's good. We know why you will.
Yeah, I got a couple of reasons. There's 3 hot dudes in
You
it.
got mate. You got a couple of reasons. They're both
Watching
in
it closer to bedtime. Alban, you give it a play or pass, bud?
I give it play for sure. I also should let everyone else know who's a Bruce Willis fan to check out the other Extraction movie that there is, because that one's pretty good too.
2015.
I can't stand
Yeah,
this
one
movie
from
anymore.
2015. Yeah, you should check that one out.
Oh yeah,
Is Bruce
that'll be the one
Willis
I
in it?
clicked on earlier.
Claire,
I thought it was pretty good also.
Claire, I think
Yes,
you're
Blue?
frozen.
Huh?
I think you're frozen.
Yeah, you have been for a little while.
So just stop
Yeah, you're
cam and
frozen.
then start it up
Yeah.
again.
Okay. Stop.
Hey, Redneck loves your shirt, Alban.
No, you're still frozen, I think.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I told you I got some good ones for you.
Yeah, but hey, Claire, you look awesome though. That right
Yeah,
there,
you do.
look
It's a
awesome.
great pose.
So, Claire, so you play or pass on this, my dear?
Who?
Claire.
Oh fuck, play.
Okay, so give it a play.
But I'm gonna leave. Am I moving?
No.
No,
I'm gonna leave and come back.
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Blue. What would you play
I'm
or
definitely
pass?
a play. I'm definitely play. I
She's
will
gonna watch it
definitely
again
watch
tonight.
Not tonight, but I will like one time, lots of times when I'm like, especially at nighttime when I go to bed, I put on stuff that I've already seen that I liked. I'll be definitely putting that on again. But
All right.
yes, Todd, right before bed.
Patty didn't join the show. Maybe she'll join on the next. We're still going to review. We got a
Play
second
for Patty.
review. And Patty may jump us because she's trying to get her confidence up. She said
okay.
definitely
Come on,
play
Patty.
for her. Yeah.
Was Diana a play?
Yeah. She said she loved it. She said she loved it. And you know Diana L. You know you've seen her in our chats. She's around.
Sorry, I
So
called her Diane. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. and
Diana
my
L.
hands are really tiny.
yep. So all right, so
I
we
don't
got
have
that.
mine on. That's why I'm always like,
Yeah.
Well,
No.
Hey, when you get older, you start having to do this number. Like, let's
Well,
see.
it'd be nice
How
if
long
we
did
could
it-
blow this like on StreamYard. It's like a really kind of a small screen. Like it'd be nice
Yeah.
if we could blow it up full screen. You know,
Yeah.
that's one
Hey,
thing
I'm on
StreamYard
my
should work
phone,
on.
Blue.
Yeah,
Everything's
I can't
small
even
here.
imagine. Yeah, yeah.
Y'all are Smurfs.
All right. What about you, Andrew? What do you think?
play, definitely play. I loved it.
Oh, we lucked out on this one.
yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I liked it. Darth J. You jumped in, but I was trying to give other people a chance. I was getting ready to get to you, but you jumped off too early. And he was in his car, so maybe it wasn't real good acoustics, anyways. I would give it a play. Predictable for me. It's a predictable movie, but I think when Blue talks about that, you have. I liked all the characters. I liked
Yep.
all the characters, and
I cared about them.
Yes, I cared about all the characters in it. And at the end, I did think that why do you have so many people dying for this one kid? That went through my
'Cause
head.
that happens all the time, Todd.
Not for one
all the
kid. Not for
time.
one kid. And
Yeah,
when they
for
were
a rich
fuck
guy's
yeah.
kid, for a drug lord's kid, yeah.
When
well,
you have a drug lord controlling the fucking military,
Yeah, shit's gonna happen.
you're exactly.
and the other thing I thought about is like, wouldn't this be an international issue? Because you think of how many soldiers died. That's
Yeah,
a lot
no.
of damn soldiers
Todd,
died.
they're not soldiers though; they're mercenaries. They were like
Yeah.
a
they're
private
kind of
firm.
renegade.
They weren't
sure?
U.S. military. They were
Because-
private.
Yeah.
No, not
He was
not the US
Australian.
ones, but the other
No,
ones.
the guys that
other
were
guys.
from Bangladesh or whatever, or
Those were
'cause
the
they were
Indian
militaries.
Yes, they
Yeah,
were military.
Well, they were.
That's what I'm talking, they
they were
died.
the Bangladesh cops, and they were under the thumb of the fucking drug
Right.
lord of
They,
Bangladesh.
they were bad, but they were still military.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why would
I
that
would
be an
say-
international incident? None of us would ever notice it because we don't hear about that shit. That shit happens all the time. We don't hear about it here.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was the only thing I thought that was like.
I mean,
don't know.
is it a
And-
little
and-
maybe possibly unrealistic? Possibly, but you know what? It's a fucking movie.
And we
It wasn't enough. It wasn't.
that's funny too, Blue, because we never hear about it because there are people who make sure we never fucking hear about it.
Exactly.
So okay, so we're gonna all give this a
Fun,
play. So check it out. It's on Netflix. It's
Thumbs up,
on-
everybody.
Yeah, thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs
Play
up.
for that.
Give it two for sure,
Definitely watch it. I've
Nice.
watched it twice now, and I enjoyed it. So.
Get your horns up.
Stop swearing for fuck's sakes. Fuck you,
All right.
Ebony.
Hey, watch your language, motherfuckers.
That's Ebony.
Okay, all right. So I got it.
Talk.
All right. So,
Sorry,
all right.
just
I
before
got
you
put-
go on to the next movie. Wait, Get-
Stop.
I was waiting. I was just giving it a couple of seconds in case you talk.
You know me.
Can we talk about the ending for 1 minute?
You talking
What?
about what?
Who thinks he's alive? The end
Oh.
of the
Oh.
movie.
Yep. That was him by the
Who
pool.
thinks he's still alive?
Yep. They're doing a sequel. Definitely.
I'm gonna.
They're doing a sequel.
There's no way he would be alive.
I know,
Sorry.
but
I
he's
think
alive.
he's dead.
I know,
He's
I know it's a
alive.
movie.
It's going to be a
I know it's a
sequel,
movie,
and
but
you know what? And we're all going to watch it. You know that.
He's the hero. Of course, he's alive.
I think. Yeah, I think
He
it's
went
going to
for
be
a
a
latte
prequel,
after.
not a sequel. Yeah.
Sequel, not prequel. All right.
Yeah, you put
Prequel,
a
not-
band-aid on it. You put a band-aid on it. It was fine.
Yeah, especially in the neck.
The reason I think,
Put some ointment on it.
I'll tell you why I think he died.
They put some damn
The reason I
Bangladesh
think he
water
died
on
is
it.
because-
ahead,
So
sorry,
go
go
ahead,
ahead,
Andrew.
Andrew.
Go ahead. It's all you.
I
Just
stopped.
giving it a second in case anybody. I was going to say the reason I think he died was because when you seen his kid's face at the very end, it wasn't blurred anymore.
Yeah.
So that
That's
just kind of like
possible.
to me that kind of like symbolized that they were together again because he died because he had to die from that shot to the neck and to the chest.
I never
How
I
thought
many
know, I know it's an
movies, though,
action
have we
movie, but there's no way he survived that.
Yeah. How many movies have we seen though where the hero was like shot up so fucking bad? There's no way he could live, but there was like 14 fucking sequels.
yeah, but he was too happy to want to die because he was seeing his son.
Oh yeah, but the neat part about it is him going like he could have died on the bridge, but he didn't. Right? He fell over into the water, so it's like it foreshadowed the whole.
that,
book.
in that water, he's going to pick up so much bacteria and stuff. He's going to die.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh
he's
my
done.
God.
He's done.
You sound like Todd. Todd
Well,
gets
to
like, there's no fucking way in Fast and the Furious that they could shoot cars out of a fucking plane and they could parachute down and land on the road. I'm like, it's a fucking movie.
Oh,
They laid on their tire.
They
Yes,
fucking,
go.
did.
the whole idea, like, oh, is he alive? Like something bad something bad happens to the bad guy, and oh, is he alive? Is he not? And then all of a sudden they make 3 more of the same
Yeah.
fucking movie. Blue, they did the same thing in the 80s. The guy's name was Jason, and it took place on a Friday 96 times.
Yeah, I think there's
fuck.
gonna be a sequel, and I'm gonna
All right.
watch it.
Touche,
Oh my God.
Claire. Touche. All right, so I'm gonna put
Well, I don't
Alban.
know.
I'm gonna put Alban and Shaggy on the backstage, and we're gonna start the next movie, which was my pick. Like it or not, it was my pick. All right, so we got
I gotta
Step
grab my notes.
Step Brothers. And so again, this wasn't. We're not going to be looking at storylines. We're not looking at directing. We're not looking at the filming of this. This was just to have fun, just to bullshit. And I remember when Blue first started talking, when I was talking last week about what movie to pick. I was going to pick a deep movie. I was actually going to pick some really uncomfortable movie that we would maybe feel a little uncomfortable to talk about.
Cool.
And Blue says, we've had some different movies. Maybe you should do funny. And I was like, I want to be deep. I want to show my deep side. I do watch. I
No
watch a lot of
complaints
movies.
here with that.
I do watch movies that not everybody's watched. And I was thinking, let's do some movies that are good, but nobody's watched, or very few people. But then I went with funny, and I just don't care. And so I went with Step Brothers, which is one of my favorites. I mean, I could have picked The Hangover, but Step Brothers to me is just stupid. It's just stupid. And the little one-liners, that have those little quotes that you can't help but laugh.
That you quote all the time. Those
Oh,
ones you mean?
when I'm watching it, like masturbating in a time machine. I can't. When he says that, he's like, "I've got all the pornos. I've got all the porns from the 70s, 80s, and 90s." He goes, "Like masturbating in a time machine."
Cute.
That's just to me, as a guy, I think it's
How much Tito's did you put in that?
all right. So I'm gonna let's see. I will be first. I'm gonna be first since I picked the movie.
All right.
Fucking cam whore.
Yeah. All right. So sensitive.
Guys,
I'm gonna try to be quick.
it's going to be a long review.
Sense of entitlement for their kids. And what's funny to me is this sense of entitlement because this was made. Hold on a second. Let me share my screen, folks.
Was it 90s? When was this made?
It was
I want
90s.
to say
It was 90s.
Like late 90s, probably.
ish.
Or 2000, maybe.
Wasn't this bumper to bumper with Old School?
Okay.
Maybe. But it was written by Will Ferrell and John C.
Yeah.
Reilly had
2008.
2008.
Okay.
Will Ferrell wrote it with John C. Reilly and the guy who directed it. And Judd Apatow was a producer. I thought that was kind of cool, actually.
Well,
'cause
motherfucker.
I love Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow's cool.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. I enjoy Will Ferrell's humor. You either like his humor or you
Yeah.
hate his humor.
You have to get it.
But the thing is all right. So stuff like these type of movies to me is like I this other movie I look at it with like Extraction. I'm like that just don't seem realistic. This I remove my brain on some of these because it's just you just got to be stupid.
You need to remove your brain on Extraction as well, honey, because it is
Well,
No, I didn't.
just a movie.
So, all right. So some of the quotes that I thought was funny. All right, and I'm going to give this some of the quotes I thought the funny, like when they're laying in bed, and he says, "You and your mom are just hillbillies. We're a house of learned men," and I'm thinking, "We're a house of learned men." And they're hillbillies. I thought that was funny. And then when he walks in and he says,
Leonard.
"Learned," and
I
he
think
says,
it's learned.
Sounds like that's what yeah, right?
But he
Yeah.
probably said learned because he's not fucking learned.
And
Sounds
then when
like
he
somebody's name.
when he walks in and says, "Why are you so sweaty?" and he says, "I was getting ready to watch Cops," or I was watching.
Oh, after he played the drum set.
And yeah, and he goes upstairs and he does the drum sets, and the first thing he goes, sniffs the room, and like you could smell sweat, and then he sees the nick on his drumsticks, and he just freaks out.
I have to say, one of my favorite things, Todd, in the movie is John C. Reilly's hair. I always love John C. Reilly's hair.
Are you
That big bushy fro that he's got. I
that
love
Brillo
it.
pad?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's hilarious.
Well, and then when the sister-in-law says, "I would like to just squeeze you down and just stick you in my vagina," and when I feel that little thing, I'll know that you're moving around and you're inside there. I'm
Because
cracking
his
up.
bushy hair.
Yeah, and when the
Jesus
CNI now, did you notice the
Christ.
CNI dog? Did you notice how well behaved
Yeah.
CNI dog, which was not well behaved,
No.
and then the CNI dog attacks the boys when they're outside fighting each other. So I cracked that up when the dog is attacking, and all the dogs in the neighborhood by the end of the scene are all around, and the whole neighborhood's watching these two grown men fight. I cracking up, and the fart scene. I laughed out loud when they get the job, and the guy and who was that? The guy that interviewed him, the comedian.
Seth Rogen.
Seth. I'm like, I know the name. So Seth Rogen hires him. He goes, "You two seem like regular guys. So I don't know what's wrong with you. I think
Showed
I'm
up in
gonna
a
hire you."
tuxedo. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, I like how ironic that is. I think I'm going to hire you. And then Dale farts, and not a fart, but
It was
a
long.
fart. And it goes on, and then at the end he's like, just like that little, and then Seth is like, okay, and he says, "Did you fart?" And he's like, "No." And then he's like,
I could
"Wait,
taste
I
it.
could taste." Is that onions and ketchup?
Ah,
I don't know. I just found that to be just hilarious. And as I wrote down here, the boys became the most important thing in the marriage, and that's why the marriage kind of broke up. And that even happens with real kids, that marriages forget that it's between a woman and a man, a marriage, and you're supposed to be happy, and the kids can either accept it or don't. And the mother wanted to make sure the kids were okay with it. So it felt
Well-
like to me the kids she allowed the boys to interfere with their marriage.
Well, and this is an even bigger deal when you're taking two completely different families and then trying to meld them,
Mhm.
and your kids not getting along. Like,
Yeah.
holy crap, that's a big. It's different if both the kids are yours and they fight.
Yeah.
It's a lot more different when you favor your kid over their kid a little bit. That's just what happens.
Yeah. But it just seemed like she put the
Yeah.
boys' happiness above her own.
Yep.
And I thought in a relationship, I'm sorry, especially when you got grown kids, you better put your own happiness above the kids, because
Fuck
your
yeah.
kids are going to live their own lives,
Yeah.
and they're not going to ask you about how to live their life. But yeah, I loved it. Cracked up. Just silliness, happiness, fun. And I hope. And when she says, "What the fucking fuck," when she walks out there, when the boys were fighting, and then they become best of friends, and why'd you let us do that? I could quote numerous places, and I'm going to stop though. So I give it a play. I just loved it for what it is. What about you, Andrew? I'll give you a shot at it.
Just jump straight, or you just jump straight to the player pass.
I
Right at the end of your
gave
thing.
mine. I'm gonna go ahead.
I was like I was saying to you before, when I've watched the movie, it takes us a little while to remember stuff. I did think it was quite funny. It was some of the scenes you mentioned there. I didn't find it hilarious. That's the thing. I found it like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the term for it. It was
Stupid.
funny, but it wasn't like, it was like stupid funny. I think my favorite part of the whole movie was in the end credit scene when they go and beat up all the kids. that was the thing I laughed the hardest at. And it was definitely a one-liner movie, like with all the jokes were quite one-liner jokes. I think you mentioned all the good stuff. To be honest with you, I can't off the top of my head. I can't think of anything else that I really found really, really funny. But yeah, that was just me. It was funny, but it wasn't like hilariously funny, and I'm finding it hard to remember any of the stuff that stood out that you haven't mentioned already.
What about when they walk up there and he's like, "What's your name?" Like, "My name is Dale." And, well, I won't go there. Maybe Blue's gonna point that out. But
That's
never mind.
actually
Never
my
mind.
lines that I talked to you about.
Okay, Blue. I'll let you go next because I was getting ready to.
Is Andrew done though?
Yeah,
I'm done.
he said he's waiting for us to remind him about the movie.
I watched this movie a long time ago, obviously back in 2008 when it came out, and I laughed hard then. And I didn't laugh quite as hard now, but I still did find it funny. Some of the lines are, that grossy sexual. I thought it aged pretty good considering 2008, like 12 years later, because sometimes shit, it's like what was appropriate back then seems inappropriate now. One of the things that I love about it is the fact that it's appropriate in today's day and age where a lot of kids are still living with their parents when they're actual adults, when they should be moving the fuck out. Cracks me up because that was funny. I love the fact that this whole thing opens up in the beginning and the mom's driving down the road and she's talking to him and he's sitting in the back seat like a 2-year-old instead of in the seat beside
Yeah,
him.
right.
Like, it's like they were actual children, and when he's making his nachos, and she's heading to work and, have a nice day. And there he is doing fuck all. So
He was watching yoga.
He was watching a chick do yoga. Yeah. So
He's
it was like
working
not even
out.
like little kid stuff. But what very beginning of when they finally, the parents marry and the boys come out, Brennan's in the car sulking, and Dale comes out, and so Brennan finally comes out, and they come. I love the fact that the way they shot it is he comes walking up, and they're standing like this far apart, and the words "Step Brothers," like the title, sits right in between the two of them. I love that. And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm Brennan," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm Dale," and he says, "But you can call me Dragon." And then Brennan's like, "Yeah, you can call me Nighthawk." I was like, "Oh my god, they're 40 years old." So I laughed a lot. I didn't find it as funny as I did back in the day, but I do love both those guys. I love Will Ferrell and I love John C. Reilly. I think they're both fantastic. So, I'll watch it again. I mean, I've watched it probably 5 times in my lifetime. It is a lot more fun if you watch it with Todd because he laughs so hard at stuff you can't help but laugh at it.
Who's Todd?
that one right. That so yeah, no, like there's and the brother is such an asshole. I love
you,
that guy
Todd.
too, though. He's that the guy that plays his brother. I can't remember his name, but he always plays a great dick.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I liked it.
You know who he is?
To be on Saturday Night Live, I think.
Oh yeah,
Derek.
Comedian. But
Where's all
the
pictures for this?
is he a comic? Really?
Oh, I think he is. He always plays funny stuff. Like
No shit.
Even though he was an asshole, he was a funny asshole. Just because
This is the first time I've seen him.
Oh no, he's been around forever.
Oh, I got to look into him if he's a stand-up.
Adam Scott.
If it wasn't,
sure.
If it wasn't Saturday Night
His wife
Live,
is hot.
something else. So
Right
he's
here.
always been.
He's a pretty boy. And when they're in the
He used to
car
be in
singing,
Parks and Rec. He was in Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay. Never saw that. Okay. Good
He
enough.
plays asshole funny.
Oh.
Be right back.
all right. So Parks and Rec, Big Little Lies, Twilight Zone.
Parks and Rec was fucking Amy Poehler, no? Yeah. I never saw it, but I knew who was in it.
Okay. All right. So Blue has left the building to go get her another wine. So what do you think, Claire?
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. Well, first of all, I've had to be told umpteen times who John C. fucking Riley is. Because I live with a cinephile, and she's like, "Oh, this is this person, this is this person." So I had to be reminded who he is in this, even though I know who he is, right? Because I'm a fucking idiot. That said, comedically, you know what? Will Ferrell is a fucking god. He's SNL alumni. He's been on talk shows, like late night talk shows, as who is it? Lil Debbie. You'll know that in the States, Todd.
Yeah, Lil Debbie Cakes.
He went on Jimmy Fallon as Lil Debbie. And he was correcting Fallon as to what to call him. Because Fallon at one point said Little Debbie, and fucking Ferrell was like, "No, it's Lil." So just those little idiosyncrasies about Will Ferrell. He can play straight. He can play the fool. He's a fucking genius. But that said, you have to get it. Now, I'm not saying you have to get Will Ferrell's comedy to be able to jam with this movie. That's not necessarily true. But is this movie fucking comedic gold from bumper to bumper? Of course. Oh my god. And the stepmom, her character,
Nancy.
Her real name is Mary Steen something or other. I know who she is.
She's married to Ted Danson.
No shit.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mary Steenburgen.
Yeah, that's her. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Admittedly, I don't know much about her, but I know who she is enough to say that anything I've ever seen her in, whether it be a movie or a TV role, I don't know. Love me or hate me, I just the same thing last week when we were talking about The Faculty. I hold her and Boopy-doo, Baby Newworth in the same little
High esteem. Yep.
right. To me, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it.
It's
but
the little voice with her. She's got that little.
Those two actors are godlike to me. Like they're just so good at what they fucking do. Like how they're cast, and maybe that's on purpose for directors, right? I don't know. I don't make movies. But yeah, like, the whole thing. Going into the bedroom at night. Oh, can we make bunk beds? You're adults. You can do as you please. All these little moments. It was a million things, and it all, and like the end, when the father rescued his own fucking boat, and they pop up with pirate hats and Hustler magazines and stuff,
And crossbows. The crossbows
like
killed me.
are you fucking kidding? Like it was just, I don't know. You could talk for a minute, you could talk for an hour. I don't know. It's just, with all the people involved, it's pure comic gold from bumper to bumper. What I didn't like is, I kind of went at this, the brother, right? The successful,
Dickhead.
Derek.
Yeah, the dickhead. Yeah, Derek. I don't know. Cutting, like at dinner, for instance, cutting Will Ferrell's character off to let the successful brother talk about his day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
I
didn't
don't
like the
know.
dad doing that, or like the
Yeah.
stepdad doing that.
Well, the
Exactly,
the
yeah.
stepdad was like in awe. It was like he was
I don't know.
he was enamored by
thought
that.
But then at the end, they
Yeah.
when the Catalina wine mixer was in question, and then it went through, and all this fucking jazz happened. All of a sudden, the dinner table happens again, and the father is shushing the originally successful brother and letting Will Ferrell's brother talk.
Hmm.
We'll make a decision, Mary.
Because at the Catalina wine mixer, he's like, when I was young, I wanted to be a dinosaur, and I
Like T-Rex.
That, you know what? That I have to talk about at the end there, where that singer, that fucking wedding singer ripoff dude, was the original entertainment for the event. When he freaked out on that guy in the audience, and they took him off stage, and then I forget their characters' names, but Ferrell and Riley took the stage.
Yep.
I sat back and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And because I even looked at my partner, I said, I didn't know Will Ferrell could do that,
Mm-hmm.
nor did I know that John C. Reilly could do that. And she's like, well, they were probably trained formally for the movie, because you can do that, right? But I mean, even still, that song that Will Ferrell's character did, I was like, hello?
He's the voice of an angel.
Are you fucking
Yeah.
serious? Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
When I closed my eyes, I started seeing a
So-
unicorn.
Yeah.
And I mean, like,
it's called
can we have a
Saints.
moment for the fact that none of it was English?
Yeah.
I
Italian.
like
Yeah.
I have absolutely nothing bad to say about this. It was sheer, like, I mean, to say that Will Ferrell was involved in this and C. Reilly, no duh. Yeah, so all around 3 cheers for this.
You know what's one thing that I find is that I find a lot of comedians, and I don't know if it's because they do a lot of impersonations and stuff. I find a lot of them are really good singers, and I think it's because they're able to adapt to
figure
not
that's
their
a
own
factor?
voice kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
I just find that I find a lot of them can sing, and I'm always like, holy shitballs.
You
Such a
figure
good song,
impersonation
that
is a factor of that, though?
Probably because I mean you're going from your own voice to something completely different, right?
Different
So we can do
octaves
that.
and
Why
whatnot,
couldn't-
yeah.
Why couldn't you also sing better too? I don't know.
It's funny how they set that up as well. Through the whole movie, they kept saying Will Ferrell's character was really a good singer, and then you did that little scene in the bedroom where he sings, and you're like, oh, he's just okay.
It's almost like foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Then they
but I
do the
mean it
music
wasn't very
video.
good.
They do the music video, and it's like rap,
Mm-hmm.
and then they get to that bit at the end, and you're like, holy shit, yeah, he is quite good singer.
Well,
What
you
I
saw
thought
it was
what I thought was kind of camp was one of the scenes where they're laying down, or no, they were sitting on the edge of their own beds, and they were scheming what they were going to come up with, right? And Riley's character was looking at Will and going, he was celebrating his ability to sing, and at one point I think he said something like, "You're good," and Ferrell goes, "I know." Fuck, like it's just. But that was scripted on purpose, because that's what it's that goes back to what you said, Andrew, about just the stupid humor. Like, you're a good singer, I know.
yeah.
Fuck off. Like, it's stupid, but it's brilliant at the same time, right? It's, yeah.
I enjoyed it.
All green lights.
All right, so let me go ahead and I'll pull in Shaggy, and I see Alban is in the chat.
Hey,
Hey, Alban.
Bunch of hoes.
Boats and O's. Boats and O's. I'll let Alban be first. Alban, you go ahead, and we'll go through there.
I loved it. There's nothing you can say bad about this movie. It is just hilarious. Brendan has a vagina. This movie it's classic. It's really classic. There's nothing bad I could say about it. I loved it. It's definitely 2 thumbs up from me.
All right. So hey, what was your what was your favorite quote in any movie, any part of the movie? What one like if you thought of what like?
Okay. What was it? I think I said something like, I've had the old bull. Now I need the young cat.
Yeah. Well, when he goes, all right. So Dale. All right. So Dale is talking to his dad about Nancy moving in. He's like, all right, Dad. So let's just say I'm coming out of the shower.
That was
I'm
amazing.
naked.
That was fucking amazing.
The hair runs down here. I got the ball fro or the ball
Yeah,
fro.
call it ball fro.
Yeah,
Ball
but,
fro
yeah, but
going
he also
on.
said
Fucking ew.
his chest hair were his pubes. I was like, his chest hairs? Okay.
And he says, so she's had the old bull. Maybe she wants a young steer. What do I do?
That was when the father went, shut the fuck up!
That was funny to see the dad flip out finally.
Yeah, I'm just like, say I'm walking out of the shower. You know, like,
What's this say?
That was awesome. That was awesome part. So you liked it. All right. What about you, Mr. Shaggy?
It's a classic. But one of my favorite parts was the rap video. I love that rap video. It was awesome.
Right?
Well, they were good at it too.
Yes, that's what I liked about it. But also, one of my favorite parts was when he was trying to elicit sympathy from his mom when she was mad at him, and he yells out, "I got a belly full of white dog shit." I love it. When they only made him put his tongue on it, but I was like, oh, that was very funny. No, it's a really good comedy. If you sit and watch it with people, I think it's better. I watched it by myself again. It'd been a long time since I've seen it, but yeah,
you gotta watch that stoned.
Or with Todd.
I'm telling you, Blue watched it with me because I was like, we need to watch this. She's like,
She was like, watch it.
She was like, I was like, no, we need to watch it. But I'm laughing, and I know when the parts are coming up, so I'm already like in the edge of my seat, like, oh, this is the part where he punches Derek in the face. He's like, oh,
and Todd
man.
laughed so hard.
I dropped that motherfucker.
Derek's on my shoulder. I haven't had someone posted in there says I haven't had a carb since 2006. And he's like, look at this. Wait, no, not like this, but it looks almost like this. When he had all greased up, and it's like that six pack he had going on. He's like, look at this. Yeah, it was great. But yeah, I just when I picked this, it was just to be silly and have a good time and not really care either way about what we thought. So I'm glad everybody enjoyed it.
It was one of your favorite comedies, though.
It is one of my favorites, but it was also just
it accomplished your goal. It accomplished your goal.
Yeah, everybody.
When everybody did good this week.
Yeah, everybody couldn't help but smile.
Todd, you don't have to defend it. We've all come up with movies that some people loved and some people hate.
Yeah, so I was looking through chat. I've posted most of what people had posted. And Diana says it's funny with the part with a young steer. And when they're sitting at the table with the ketchup, and he's like, what's she call it? Fancy sauce. Fancy sauce. I like the fancy sauce. I'm not done with it yet. It was like a little kid. I'm not done with it yet.
Well, and then she tries to give it to the dad there, the stepdad, and he just keeps putting his hand out and blocking it.
Yeah. So, yeah, good times. I mean, great times. So, all right. So, we're going to have to discuss trendy movies. So, we need to discuss what we need to watch next week. So we're going to go to
Okay, are we
trending.
not doing are we doing the yes or no for everybody?
Oh, yeah, player pass. So, all right, well, I'll go through this because we know this is going to be it. Claire, you're to my right. So, what do you, player pass?
Play.
All right, Aubin,
Play.
play. Shaggy,
Play.
play. All right, Blue,
Play.
play. Andrew,
Be honest, Andrew.
Play.
he's thinking. He's
Pass.
like, pass.
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 I feel like I need to watch it again.
Yeah,
I
go
feel like
again.
I liked it, but I feel like I need to watch it again.
You need to watch it again.
But
Wait, invite me
if I had to
over.
recommend
We need to watch it together. You and I watch it together. We'll have a
if I
great
had to
time.
recommend a John C. Reilly movie or a Will Ferrell one, probably would be a different one. So
I know the Sherlock Holmes
didn't
one
hate
was
it.
garbage, right? Watson Holmes and Watts, or Watson Holmes, or whatever that one was. It's supposed to be
Well,
garbage.
yeah.
Talladega Nights. I could have picked Talladega Nights, but see,
That is funny. It's funny.
yeah, I
If
did.
151
I didn't hear
says
it.
play that funky movie, white boy.
Oh crap!
Yeah, good times. All right, and I'll do it as a play. So we got across the board. Well, not across the board, but we'll just say majority says play. So we're gonna go with that. Patty even says, look at Patty says play. So we're gonna go with play. So again, just if you want to have a good time, funny, don't have to think much. It's funny, Just have a good time.
Will Ferrell, goofy, funny.
It's Will Ferrell. What more do you need?
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
There's
I'm gonna
some
go.
good funny. There's some good bits in it.
So let's take a look at. We're gonna jump over to my tract.
Whose turn is it this week?
It's
It would
yours
be
again.
Yours.
your turn,
Oh,
my
is it-
dear.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, you better start.
No
You,
pressure.
hey, you've got a couple minutes to think about that.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
already
decide
done.
right-
I've got two choices. I've got a throwback and I've got a recent one.
Okay, hold on. I
Okay.
gotta grab booze.
I got movies.
Okay. All right. So hey, let's start with what are we gonna watch this week?
Okay, hold on. I'm grabbing wine.
And this is all right. I gotta grab a beer. Hold on. Pause for a moment. Talk amongst yourselves.
Don't just grab it, drink it.
Oh, I'll grab one
Everybody
more
just
beer.
get up and go get-
But
Yeah,
I have to say that in past episodes. Oh, he went. Oh fuck. This
He
is for
left.
this is for Andrew. Get back here, fucking Andrew. Jesus. The grown-ups are talking to you. Come now.
Hey Shaggy, I even have an Michelob Ultra. One Michelob Ultra in there.
I need to come get a hummingbird. Is what I need.
I
I got the
gotta say,
15-16s too.
I gotta say, Todd, as the weeks and episodes roll on, motherfucker, I got some stuff for you guys to get into.
All right. Okay, we're ready.
Yeah.
We'll get comfortable in this. All right. So first, we're gonna pick, and we would like for the people in the side chat, if Blue, if you could look over there, and
Okay.
so while I'm looking through what's trending this week, let's take a look at what's now Capone. Is Capone out?
Not
I
out
didn't even-
yet. No.
It
No, I
says
don't think it's
17
out yet.
people. It says 17 people are watching it.
I
it-
haven't seen that anywhere, but
Yeah, I hadn't either.
maybe somebody can correct me. But I don't think that's out yet.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yet.
I don't think it's out in a very good copy, if it is. So we go down through the list. The Wrong Missy. That came
We
out
don't have
this week.
we don't have to do trending though, right?
Well, we just something recent, and I was just kind of
Okay.
going through trend. Something that's. This is for things that
feel-
people may be wanting to
I feel
watch.
like every time you bring up,
Yep. Go ahead.
I was gonna say every time you bring up trending, it's the same movies.
Yeah, it's because so many people are watching the same stuff because it hasn't. It's only
Do
been a
the
week.
do the anticipated because some of them are actually out on Cody.
All right. Okay.
This
Okay,
is trending. This is trending on what?
Cody, basically
Track.
just out,
Track.
you know, leaked.
On track.
Oh yeah, what he's using, yeah, but we're kind of hoping to grab stuff. People can grab on Cody if they need to.
Yeah. Or an APK.
There's
This is all.
Downhill.
Okay, wait, what was the name of the Tom
Don't-
Hardy movie? Just for
Because
kicks?
the pick I had, it's in like the shit. Fucking edibles. The pick I had for the recent one has been looking at me in my top bar of my build every time I open the motherfucker. and I haven't seen it yet, and it's new.
Okay, give us and we'll discuss it.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. That is the Harlequin.
Okay.
Birds of Prey. That would be this one, correct?
That was like the last year or so, right? Wasn't it?
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
new.
It's
That's new.
recent.
So
Yeah.
so
I will
for
say it's hard
my
for me to watch.
for my right now, so to speak, pick, that would be it. Solely based on the fact that I love Harley Quinn and I haven't seen it yet.
So that would fall under the trending. So if we wanted to use that for a trending, I've seen this movie.
I have a throwback too.
It's a decent. Well, hold on to your throwback. Hold on to your throwback. So this is to me for a recent movie. I've seen it. I don't know. It's a DC movie, and I'll leave it at DC.
If
I
you
don't
love
know.
Harley Quinn, don't watch it. I'm just saying.
Really?
I'm just looking on.
Yeah, it's not. It's just not. I don't think it was as good as it could have been.
I'm ride or
Not even
die,
close.
so I mean
Not even
Harley Quinn could walk on stage, take a shit, and walk away, and I'd be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
That might have been a better movie, actually.
her
I didn't see that. Holy fuck! Well done.
I was looking through some.
I'm just
all right,
looking. I was going to say, Todd. I'm just looking
Yeah.
at release BB, and that Capone is HD. There's the one called The Way Back with Ben Affleck and Downhill with Will Ferrell.
The Way Back,
They're
that's
all
the
HD.
basketball movie, right?
yeah, that's the way back. Yes, is the basketball movie where he's supposed to be an alcoholic, and he comes back, Ben Affleck. So that's recent, and then you said Downhill. That's Will Ferrell.
Downhill.
And, let me see. Let me just so we can take a look at it.
Post.
Just so long as not the
Killings.
troll movies.
That's Jeffrey.
Not the
This
troll.
one.
Jeffrey Morgan.
So that's Julie Louis Dreyfus Billy. And she's got another name now. She only used to be
What?
Julia Louis Dreyfus.
Louis
Now
Dreyfus.
Louis.
She
Oh,
still
wait.
is.
wait. Her character is Billy. Never mind.
Okay.
I thought look,
Oh
she's been
my
hyphenated again.
Oh
to
my
Billy.
god. Oh Lord.
What's
How much
her
did I
name
get to
now?
cut?
No, not even that many.
Maybe she drink
Postcode
more.
Killings?
Just saying.
All right,
Post, was it Post?
so we got all right. So suggestions.
What was
We're
that
not
one?
gonna. So
What is this
Down-
about? Downhill.
all right, it's a marriage couple.
Postcard Killings.
This is they're a divorced couple or ready to get divorced. They take the kids up skiing to try to have the kids have a good time, and it's basically a look into their marriage and how people grow apart and stuff like that. I've seen some of the
Gotcha.
trailers. I saw them on Good Morning America. I saw them on that. So, and what was the other one that you mentioned?
Capone?
Postcard Killings.
You said or the way back. The way back. You said that one.
Yeah.
So the way back it's a washed up coach that's an alcoholic, and I don't know what happens in his life, but he gets pulled back into to be a coach to try to revitalize a team. Yeah, it says right here, former basketball all-star who has lost
That's
his
never
wife
happened.
and family.
It
Struggles
looks
with
like
addiction.
Capone got leaked, actually. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Is it a good copy?
Yeah, 1080.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, let's click
Says-
on that. Let's click on that.
You know, yeah, no.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a look into his
gangster
life,
movie.
so it can be. This is going to be a.
I do like Tom Hardy.
Is that
Well, of
Tom
course,
Hardy?
Tom Hardy is
Sure is.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he plays
Yeah, he
Capone. Look at him there. Oh, beautiful. Such a beautiful man.
You mean right there? This one?
That's
You need a
no,
moment.
not
Not
that
Lane
one.
Capone. Not that one.
This one.
It's like Charlize Theron versus Charlize Theron in Monster. Nightmare.
A moment of silence for
you could at
Blue,
least look
please.
at- You could at least
I love
you would
Tom
clean
Hardy.
up well.
Yeah.
She's got a couple moments here.
Hey, see, Mike, see what happens when you cut your hair and you trim up your beard? You look handsome.
My hair hasn't been cut. I mean,
Well, it has since last time I saw it.
well, a little bit.
All right, so we have Capone. Our discussion. So 3 movies that I've heard that are possible discussion. What about the people in the chat? What are they thinking?
I haven't seen anybody. Hold on.
Nope.
I'd said the
Marriage
post.
Story.
I did say the postcard killer.
You said
Marriage
postcard
Story,
killer?
Capone.
Postcard killer?
The postcard killings.
What's the premise of that, Andrew?
I don't know. I just saw it, and it's got Jeffrey Morgan in it, so I like him as an actor.
It's Jeffrey
The
Morgan.
postcard killing. He's in The Walking Dead. He plays Negan.
Oh, Jeffrey Dean something?
That
Morgan?
can't be right.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
He's got three names, eh?
The postcard
Morgan?
killings. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Yeah.
Sounds like a B movie. Is it a B movie?
I don't know.
Postcard's one word.
Todd,
Oh.
do you need help?
That might help.
Yes, it is.
I don't know what it's about.
Not meant as aftercard.
There he is right there. At the end.
Oh,
it's
Negan.
far right.
I don't like him ever since I seen him swing a baseball bat with a bunch of shit on it.
See, he's the dad from Supernatural, so I always liked him in that.
Oh, it's got
Uh,
5.7 out of 10.
Yeesh.
Maybe not so much.
Got Spanish subtitles, Todd.
I don't need no
well done,
Spanish
Andrew. Well done.
Man, I'll tell you, man. I don't need no
New
Spanish,
York
man.
detective. daughter.
He's Todd Montana.
Todd does a really good Cheech and Chong, actually.
Yeah.
New York detective whose daughter.
Say hello to
brutally
his
murdered.
little friend.
Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend.
Cocaines.
I say we watch it, and if everyone hates it, it's a movie all of us hate.
Wow, that's true too.
Yeah, postcard killings. I don't know. So we got postcard killings for all right, so we got postcard killings, Capone, Way Back, or Downhill.
Trade
I
off
mean,
West
way back.
West-
None of them are really screaming to me.
Maybe you should play the trailer.
Maybe we should go a little older then.
But isn't this panel pick?
Oh,
Yeah, this is a panel pick.
All of us pick, and then
This
Claire, you get your own pick.
yeah, this is separate. All right,
Yeah,
so
Capone is a good copy, just so you guys know. I just looked at it.
all right, so all right, we'll take a look at this trailer. Okay, how about that?
Are you doing it on?
You're doing
you
it.
do it on YouTube, please?
Give me 40 acres and I'll turn this trailer around. That's a gross bastardization of the song, if anyone knows it. I'm a hick from Canada's East Coast. That's why I know that.
Somebody said we should at some point watch Heavy Metal, the 1981 version, and you know what? That was a fantastic movie. I saw that at the drive-in when I was
Is
little.
that animated, Blue, or
Yeah,
no?
it sure is, and it's
Is
it's
it?
like got John Candy in it, and
Fuck,
Dan
Tristan got
Aykroyd.
me into that. The fucking heavy metal stuff. It's interesting.
it's a weird bunch of probably 6 or 7 different cartoons. Like they're all
Yeah.
different kind of styles, and
Yep.
All right, do you guys are you able to hear it?
I don't see anything.
I don't
You
see
didn't see
anything
it.
either. I see
Oh,
your
wait.
I'm looking at a still screen.
I've tracked.
Yes. Jan, help him. He needs some help.
The boys keep saying I should do that part, but Todd just
Mhm.
being
Can't get good
in
help
charge,
nowadays.
so,
Jesus Christ.
you know what? I'll let him. I'll let him struggle.
All right, Blue. If you want to do it, go ahead.
Nah.
Now that you
No, dude.
now that you done had 3 or 4
Did you
wines.
open? Did you open it in YouTube? And
No.
did you click Chrome tab? And are you using Chrome or are you using fucking Firefox?
I'm using Chrome. Thank you
Okay,
very
well
much.
then click
Oh.
Chrome tab and pick the tab. And then
My
click
God,
enable
delegate.
audio.
Jesus.
You know what?
Mike-
I'm
Mike, I
about
gotta
ready
deal
to
with
bitch
this all the
slap
time.
both of
Terrible.
you.
Why don't you play it through IMDb?
Because it's garbage. It's a garbage trailer.
I did say to him, Shan,
Gotta
before
share
we went
screen.
live, have you got all your tabs open? Have you got
I
YouTube
did.
open?
I
yes,
did.
yes.
Then what happened to him?
You sharing
Try
the screen?
unplugging it and plugging it back in.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a printer.
I'm beginning to hate all of you.
Do a
Okay.
hard reboot.
Okay, so what we said postcard killings?
Why didn't you have it ready to go?
Because I had to open the damn thing because
Oh
you were
my
like,
God.
don't watch it through IMDb.
Okay, but
I
you
had-
He's a busy man,
open
Blue.
it, and then share it.
This is editing on the fly.
Good lord.
All right, can you?
We can actually see it now.
Can we shut the fuck up now? Is that what you're gonna say?
Someone mutilated our daughter. Find him.
Looks dark.
Postcard
Mutilated.
turned up at a newspaper
Wow.
in Paris and in Hamburg, Budapest.
The cops are involved. We're in trouble.
The city with a postcard. Why do you
Wait,
think you posed him?
what the hell?
He was saying something.
This one, Rodin's The Kiss,
Saying words.
Dante and Virgil in Hell.
Saturn devouring his son. They've
Oh, I like James
discovered a
Patterson.
fifth couple.
The murders were exact and purposeful.
There's a pattern. You've got exactly 4 days to prevent a murder.
I don't like you, Negan. Sit down.
Oh yes, so far.
You had your chance.
Negan.
I've been a cop for 30 years. This killer's brand of murder is very specific. Extremely hard to profile.
Monsters will remain monsters.
Looks like Ray Romano's brother.
No matter what you try to do to tame them.
Oh, I like
It
her.
all makes horrible, twisted sense. Love.
Oh,
She was in the faculty.
oh yes. Oh, mommy.
They're not finished yet.
Heart is a wound turned into light.
Oh, look, Fargo.
Okay, I'm actually okay with that one. And
Me
especially
too.
if it's based on a James Patterson novel, that's a good thing.
All
James
right,
Patterson is a great writer.
all right.
Yeah.
Gotcha, yeah.
Didn't catch much of the trailer though for all the talking.
No, true. We need to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
God, are you drinking?
Can I just?
I
Can I
prefer.
just
Can I be
show
honest?
you
I prefer talking through the trailers. I don't give a. It makes. Oh fuck yeah.
Hate the idea of you down there by yourself all the time. Just drinking.
I'm fine. I appreciate it. But I'm fine.
Ever since I heard the howl.
The accountant was good.
And I suppose you're wondering why I called you over here.
I didn't need to go where a Bible
Our basketball coach had a heart attack the other night. You need a new coach, Jack.
And you know your gift seemed heaven sent.
Is the team any good? No. The last time they made the playoffs, back when you were playing.
Lead me to a
Go, line up! You're Marcus, right?
That's right.
How many threes did Marcus make last year?
A percentage of 26.
You want to know why they're leaving you open? It's because they don't think you could hit the ocean from the beach.
Yo, he just spit backs at your ass, bro.
I don't know how.
Is that Al Madrigal?
So how you like the coaching so far?
Great. Just getting used to the players. What players?
It is.
I was never sure how much of you I could let in.
I heard you're coaching basketball.
Yeah. Keeps me busy. Keeps my mind off other things, you know.
Once you settle down, baby, you love has been.
I spent a lot of time hurting myself.
Heavenly Father.
I made a lot of bad decisions.
Don't carry other names.
I had a lot of regrets.
I'm a lone coward in a coward.
Hands on the line, I want you taking that shot. Why is that so hard for you to believe? What? That you're the best player on the team.
I know you're suffering. I just want you to be happy again. But you gotta want it too.
Well, I know about it, darling. I've been standing here.
She
finally find you.
You guys earned this tonight.
Sucking it off.
See my 3-1
Safety in the end.
Okay, that sucks because I am a sucker for an underdog sports movie.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Hoosiers?
that's gonna be a good.
Rudy.
Rudy,
That's gonna be a feel good story.
Hey, why don't we do 3 this week? Why don't we do those 2 and then a Claire? They both looked good, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
I ain't scared.
Me neither.
I'd like to stick with 2 just because of sheer time.
Yeah, so
Okay, let's vote on it then.
yeah.
Because of my work, I only have the weekends now, so it's just fucking stupid for me.
So I won't
might
play
watch all 3 of
So
those.
you don't want me to play you don't want me to play the other trailers.
What other trailers?
We had Downhill and Capone. That was the
Christ,
other.
go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna play the trailer for this.
To infinity and beyond!
There's a snake in my boot.
Oh look, Disney.
Wunderbar.
Thank you.
Die Hände in die Höhe.
Arms up.
Is that Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
Yeah, yeah.
Please look into the camera. Please just smile.
Die Stöcke vielleicht in die Höhe.
He wants poles up again.
He wants us to keep doing folds up. I don't know.
Just been through a lot lately. My dad passed away.
8 months ago.
So we came here.
He's still
Hit. You lose a parent and the ticking gets louder. Every day is all we have.
We have. Yep.
Powerful. Maybe we ski the beast after lunch.
Pete,
I don't think it'll be that challenging. It'll be fine.
is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
It looked like it was going to kill us.
For a
And
moment.
the kids were screaming because it felt like we were going to die. Pete?
Wow.
And I look over at Pete, and he had grabbed his phone. Pete left us.
I didn't leave you to be buried.
I'm gonna win.
I ran to get help.
Yes, I'm gonna win.
That's not what happened.
And I choose to survive.
I love my family.
Every day is all we have.
How can I run?
Oh, for God's
in ski
sake.
boots?
What?
Can you run in ski boots?
Not very well.
Oh, exactly.
Regardless, I wouldn't leave my family to die.
That's boom.
Yes, I am prepared.
You have a right to be angry. It's black and white. No, it's black and white. How old are you? 30?
I won't give in.
There's only one thing I have to worry about right now, and that's going down.
Jared Leto?
I don't understand
It looked like
why
Jared
there
Leto.
weren't any warnings posted anywhere.
There was a warning.
What?
Posted at lifts,
Game of
gondolas, hotel receptions, restaurants, shops, bars, soda machines, toilets.
We didn't see any of that.
Well,
That doesn't look bad either, actually.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it looks funny. It's
But
lighthearted.
it also looks a little serious too, though.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some serious.
It doesn't look like your typical Will Ferrell movie.
No, it doesn't. It looks a little more, like when Jim Carrey kind of transitioned a little bit, like Eternal Sunshine of the what is it?
Yeah, I don't
Spotless
know.
Mind or whatever.
I don't know. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. 'Cause
Okay,
to me,
I'm so far the other two,
Me either.
got a leg up on, but I still might watch
So,
that at some
all right,
point.
so I'm gonna hold off on Capone.
Yes.
Let's hold off on Capone. So Way Back and Postcards.
Oh crap!
I think. All right, to me, I think Way Back is going to be your typical sports. This guy, he's a wash up, and he turns the team into superheroes. I think Postcards to me was a little bit weird. I'm not sure what I'm going to get from it. So to me, I vote towards Postcards because I don't know what I'm going to get from that. It's going.
Whereas Way Back looks like an underdog, drunken coach, bad team, win state
the Way
championship.
Back, it felt like a movie I'd seen before.
Hoosiers.
Yeah,
It's called Hoosiers.
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Except he wasn't a drunk. He was
Coach-
just the kid's dad
Coach
was a
Carter
drunk.
or something.
Yeah.
My vote is for the postcard killings.
Okay.
We got postcards. So I got 2 for postcards. What about
3
you?
for postcards.
3 for postcards. Okay. Blue?
I'm gonna go with postcards too, just because.
That's
Yeah, I'm
4.
not sure what to make of it.
Claire, between Wayback and postcards, which one would you like?
I'm so confused right now. I'll go with that skiing one we just watched with
Downhill, Will Ferrell.
with Ellen from Seinfeld.
Downhill.
Downhill. That's the
Downhill.
one.
Yep.
Downhill.
Yep. I like it when you go down. What about you, Andrew?
That's a different episode, Todd.
God, I thought it was RedTube. All right, Andrew.
Do you not mean Michael? I already said
Wait,
mine.
Andrew
Michael.
already voted.
All right,
Sorry.
so Michael.
I like the postcards. I like the darkness of it. So
Okay.
All
And
right, so
James
we got-
Patterson. James Patterson makes good fucking movies. Like
So-
or has good books.
Well, he
Usually
writes good
plot.
books. I don't know about. I don't know.
Sorry,
about the
you know what
movie.
I
We
mean,
haven't
though.
seen it.
That's
Yes,
what I meant,
understand.
though.
Exactly.
Yeah, none of us have seen either of those movies. Any of these.
Right.
well,
James
None of us
Patterson
have seen any of them.
Hey, you have seen James Patterson movies before. 'Cause
Yes,
he did the
yes.
Alex Cross stuff. So
Yes.
Along Came a Spider and fucking Morgan Freeman, and then they had one with
It's
Tyler
a-
Perry
yeah.
called Alex Cross. I like Patterson.
It's a thriller, so it looks like it's going to have some plot twists.
All right,
Yes.
If
so
I'm not mistaken, did any of you guys ever watch Castle with Nathan Fillion?
The TV show.
No, but I like him a lot.
Me too.
Heard
I
of
love
it.
Nathan Fillion. Canadian.
Yeah. Do you
That's
watch?
like-
Do you watch The Rookie?
I have been, yeah. I've
Yeah.
always liked him. But I mean, the cool thing about it is, in Castle, he plays a writer who, the very first episode is, there are murders being done that are exactly like how he described them in his books. So the cops bring him in, and he ends up working with the cops. But the cool thing about it is, every Friday he has a poker night, and James Patterson was there. There's a whole bunch of famous writers. Every time he has a poker game, you would find out about all these famous writers that are there, and it's the actual dudes. So it's kind of cool.
all right, so I'm looking through. So I know that Wayne said that he had watched Capone. He said he watched Capone last night, and it's about the last few years of his life when he got released from prison. It's not. I'm thinking he said he meant to write "be it best."
Not the
It's
best.
not the best, but worth a watch. So in Turner, I will talk to you about the keys in just a second. But this
So in
isn't
other
the right-
words, if you want to see a
not the
little
right
more
show.
Capone, watch The Untouchables. Some earlier Capone.
So I do see people are okay with where we're going with that. So we're going to go with postcards of a killing, or postcards killings, the postcard killings. I will try to write that in the show notes. Correct?
I'll help him with that.
Michael, Michael,
Thank-
Michael.
Fuck.
Come on now.
No,
He's
no,
my
you-
bro. That's my
you don't
bro
know.
right there.
No.
Look at him. He
I
never shut
know-
me out.
I know your limitations. That's all
He's
right.
siding with me on that one.
All right, so we have next week's movie for trending. That's a trending that's going on right now. You can watch that through APKs. I guess you're gonna have to watch that through Kodi or some type of service, or Plex if you have that, because that is not going to be available on Netflix. All right, so we go to Claire. Claire,
What?
for your throwback now, Missy, what you gonna throw to us now? What you gonna do?
I got some nuggets for the future, but for tonight, I'm gonna go with Heathers.
Others.
Heathers.
Heathers.
Right? Yeah. That's friggin' what's his name?
Heathers.
Christian Slater. And
Okay.
Winona Ryder. Dark comedy. It's a dark comedy. It's a good one.
Never heard of it.
Heathers? Oh,
Are you
Christ.
serious?
Never heard of it.
Oh my God.
Never heard of
80s?
it.
88.
So can
Black
I
teen
be
comedy.
can I be honest
Yeah.
for a second?
Yep.
I have a
I was
question.
4. I was 4
So-
years old.
Maybe I forgot. So each week when we each have our turn, we all kind of vote on the now movie, and then the panel pick is the throwback.
No. The
No.
panel pick is the now.
Opposite. Opposite.
You're
You've had too many
No, no.
screwdrivers. That's
You're the
opposite.
throwback.
Or whatever you want it to be. It can be recent. I mean, who cares? It's your
Yeah.
choice. Anything you want.
Panel pick is going to be recent.
Whatever you say is what we're going to watch. Whatever you say you want to watch, we're watching.
No more edibles
the other
for
thing
you.
we get.
Because we all said we're
on the
watching
other stuff.
Downhill, and I didn't say a fucking thing about that.
No,
We're not watching
We're
Downhill.
not. We're
Oh, we're
not.
not?
No,
What are we doing?
We're not watching Downhill.
We're watching
All right.
Postcard
Well,
Killings.
postcard killings.
The postcard killings.
Okay,
We're
good
watching
enough.
the postcard killings and
And Heathers.
your suggestion.
All right, so we're gonna go with this one. Is this what?
Okay,
y'all-
yeah, and Heather's, yeah, and the funny thing is this is another one like The Faculty where I watched it a million years ago and loved it, but let's see
Same.
how it translates to now.
1988.
Yeah, Christian Slater and Winona Ryder.
All
It's
right,
a
here
dark comedy.
it's-
It's like
And I've got
It's
even
40 years old.
older for you guys
Wait.
coming up in the future.
You were nothing before you met me. You were a Girl Scout cookie. Does it not bother you that everybody in this school thinks that you're a piranha? I give a shit.
Heather number one just looked right at me. You a Heather?
No, I'm a Veronica. I don't really like my friends.
I don't really like your friends either.
They're people I work with, and our job is being popular.
Maybe it's time to take a vacation.
I just killed my best friend.
Your worst
Christian
enemy.
fucking Slater.
Wow.
My teen angst has a body count. This is a tragic thing.
Hallelujah.
We scare people into not being assholes. What did you say, dickhead?
I did not want them dead.
You did too.
Did not. Shut up.
I love my dead gay son.
You were out of control.
That rape is filthy.
What do you think I'm gonna do with it? Take out her tonsils? Is this as good for you as it is for me?
Life and suck.
That's it. We're breaking up.
that is a good choice, in my opinion.
All
That
right.
is a very
all
good
right.
choice.
All right. I'll have to say I haven't watched that. I've never
Trailer
seen it.
doesn't do it justice.
No.
That was a
Never seen
classic
it.
Winona Ryder. That was back in her heyday.
Proper 80s perms.
I've
80
never seen
perms
it.
haircuts.
So hey, so how many on the panel have seen this before?
No.
So three haven't.
Nope.
I haven't
Mhm.
seen it.
Guess,
I've never
guess,
seen
guess
it.
we didn't watch it here in the States, huh?
Yeah.
It's American, just so you know. It's American-made
American.
movie.
Yeah, that's why we didn't watch it, I guess.
So Patty, wait. So, Patty, I did play the trailer. It's a dark comedy. I think we saw the trailer.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have the Heathers and
Just called
the
Heathers, not
postcard.
the Heathers.
I thought it was the Heathers.
Just Heathers.
Okay,
Heathers.
Heathers.
Just Heather.
You know, it reminded me of that
King Arthur and the Legend
Something
of
nice
whatever
for the
fuck
family
it's
on
called.
Sunday.
That one?
Yeah, Legends.
Yeah.
Legends of the Sword.
King
You know-
Arthur and the Legends of whatever the fuck I want to write on YouTube for the name. That
You know when I say
Cool.
every time I say Winona Ryder, I just think of Beetlejuice.
Yep,
Mhm.
that was a classic too, actually.
Let's say it 2 more times.
Michael
until it
Keaton. I love Michael Keaton.
So we have those two movies set up. So that's what we're gonna watch next week. And
Okay,
add some
repeat them again. Again.
Heathers, and postcard killings. Killings.
Okay.
Without the G.
Killings.
Killings.
Killings without the G.
If you're actually looking for it, make sure you add the G. If you're looking for it on IMDb or something.
Because
It ain't
No, you make postcard one word.
It ain't Southern.
yeah,
The good thing
postcards-
about it, the good thing about it is it looks American made, but I saw a bunch of British actors in it too. So that's
Oh,
cool.
that's the good thing. Okay.
Yeah. Takes place in other countries. It looked like
Right,
Hey,
right.
hey, hey.
England.
If
See,
it's
hey,
not
no-
Canadian made, you
Just-
know. Hey,
Andrew, that just means it's going to be better.
Yeah, if it's got British actors in, it's obviously going to be better.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that. All
If
right.
it's got American actors
Kinda.
in, it's going to be full of
Well,
dumb
look at-
one-liners.
Look at Capone. Tom Hardy's British. So hey,
Is he?
he ain't American. I'll tell you that.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
He is
come on.
British, yes.
All right. Well, I'll take that. So we have to. I promised Andrew we'd be shorter than 2 hours, so we have 12 minutes to get this out of here before.
Hey,
we're-
we did good. We're doing good the last 2 weeks.
This is sad because I have another month to wait before I can expose you guys to the filth I have for the future.
Oh.
Hey, you didn't get any of my filth. So
Hey, we're not allowed to watch RedTube.
Aubin, you know what, Aubin? The pick I have for my throwback for when it comes around in like 2035 when it's my turn again. There's a specific movie I have in mind that I'm going to suggest for my throwback. I would be very interested to know if you've heard about it, but I'm not going to say anything.
No,
What's that?
Okay.
He's holding
I
on.
don't want to ruin it, but it's fucking filthy.
I've got an idea that I want to put
Okay.
in there.
All right.
Okay, so the four of us get our votes every week for our throwbacks. Should we, when we have recurring people, after a certain amount of times they're on the show, let them have a pick?
Okay.
I'm okay with that. Like Aubin's like hitting the fucking mark here.
Yeah, he's been like.
Or Todd could have everybody's name in a hat and just pull out, and then that's who's picking on.
Yeah, if they show up on the show. It's like, well, if you show up on the show, I'm able to pull the hat. And Darth J, I'm sorry that Darth J was on and left. And we never got to talk. Hey, I will say, I do think that's a good idea.
Because it'll encourage people to be on so that they eventually get their own pick, right?
All right,
Maybe.
so Aubin. So all right. So
Next week, let's give Aubin a choice.
Aubin, you can throw back next week.
If we can fit you. Oh,
Look,
kick them out.
As soon as you do that, he's gone.
It wasn't me. I had my hands off the.
I mean, do you guys think that's a good idea?
I'm okay with that.
You could do like everybody.
okay with that.
Everybody has that choice. Everybody has a choice, and then 1 week you could do. Whoever's watching picks a movie. I don't know, or whoever jumps in, like you said, picks a movie.
Okay.
Then
Diana, we
that
can
may
have
encourage
six.
them to come back the next week.
I'm okay with that. Just to switch it up a little bit too, you know.
I'm fine with that.
And honestly, encourage people to want to come on, because then if they're on enough times, then they get to pick a movie too.
Yep.
'Cause then we'll get more people on.
Oh, I like to hear people's thoughts, and I will say we talked about heavy metal when I was looking for things.
I loved heavy metal.
Heavy
back in
metal,
the day.
I loved it. Now I love the music more than I like the movie.
See, they
because
made
I
an
went back-
updated version, eh? Was it 2000 approximately? Or?
No, they did not make an updated version.
Yes,
There
they
was-
did. Actually.
I don't know about
Yeah,
that
honey,
one.
and it wasn't as good. Hold on.
Okay, because what was the cartoon that we watched that was on Netflix? Die, blah, killing, die, love. What was that? movie?
Love
Show.
something and robots.
Right,
That
right. Love, killing, robots, whatever.
That
it was.
wasn't heavy metal though.
Okay, no. What I'm saying
There
is
was one in 2000, and there was one in
the
81.
guy wanted to do a remake of heavy metal, in the owner or whoever has the rights to heavy metal said no, you can't do another heavy metal. That's why that TV show came out. That
was fantastic.
series,
Actually,
Love, Sex, and Robots.
yeah, that was awesome.
That's
It was on
why it
Netflix.
came out.
Okay, but
Because he
Todd,
didn't
there
get-
was a 1981 movie and there was a 2000 movie. There are two heavy metals.
I remember seeing the 2000.
That 81 is the best. But Love, Sex, and Robots was fantastic because you got the newer generated. Like there was like more anime. There was more like CG. Each episode was completely different than the last. And
I
there
could have
was
sworn it was Love, Sex, Intelligence, but okay.
no, it was
No,
robots.
It was robots. It was robots. She
I
right.
was making a joke about the song.
Oh,
y'all are just not keeping up. We're fucking slow over here.
Love.
I'm
no,
a
it's
music
Love-
nerd. I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. It's Love, Death, and Robots is what it's called.
Todd just
But
had
there
sex
are-
on the brain.
But there are two heavy metals. And the 1981 one was the best. With John Candy and stuff.
Robots is what it's called.
I'm getting reverb here.
Yeah, you got to turn off your YouTube. All right, so Albin, turn that off.
I'm not off.
All right, so
I don't know, man.
yeah, that Love, Sex, and Robots, great
Love, Death,
series.
and Robots. I just
Awesome.
I'm telling you,
awesome,
sex.
awesome. I can't. I'm stuck.
There
on
is
the
sex in it.
There is sex in it.
Yeah,
That
but
is
he
one of my
thinks
more-
about it all the time.
I can't watch that.
Love, Death, and Robots?
I'm a Christian.
Oh, Jesus.
Shut up. Sit down.
Yeah, Heavy Metal 2000, yeah, it just wasn't as good. It wasn't as, I don't know, the original, maybe it's because I'm biased because I remember as a kid when I was supposed to be asleep in the car when my parents took us to the drive-in, by the time that came on, because it's like violent and sex and
Whoa.
in cartoon, I remember it. That's probably why I'm as warped as I am now.
All right,
Thanks, parents.
your mama, Joni took you to see that in the backseat?
Well, you know what? You know how the drive-in is. There's like 4 fucking movies. You're there at 8, and you're there till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Sandy.
So you take the kids for the normal stuff. They fall asleep, and then you watch the adult stuff.
Well, I
didn't fall
watched
asleep.
Felix the Cat. I was able to see
I
Felix
remember
the Cat when
Felix
I was
the
a
Cat.
kid. And that was a naughty movie when I was a little
Yeah.
kid. In the drive-in. My dad watched it.
Heavy metal and what was the other one? Pop something. It was another. It was a music-based one. It was
Channing
fantastic.
Tatum got pregnant at a drive-in.
Who?
Channing Tatum.
Wow.
What was that called?
Pop it. Back seat's kind of small in some vehicles, though.
The girl in Greece, Todd.
I know. Yes.
I think I want to say American Pop.
Hey, you do know I need help with some of that stuff.
Whatever, you know.
I do.
I'm a sucker for that old shit.
If any of you guys that did like heavy metal, if you haven't seen American Pop, it's fantastic. Same kind of look to it and stuff, but it's all about American music through the decades. Very cool. Although it was made once again, it was 81.
I had a question.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's too late. If it is, that's fine. We can go with what's in stone now. But I just had an idea, and and if possible, I want to change my throwback.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna then.
All right.
American Graffiti.
Oh, okay. It was funny actually because I was just watching a documentary on what was that one with Matthew McConaughey that you loved, Todd? All right. What was that? Dazed and Confused. They were talking about the comparisons between that and American Graffiti.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Okay, I'll watch
that'd be so cool. So yeah, I erase Heathers for this week, and I'm gonna zero in on American Graffiti.
George Lucas.
Young Harrison Ford in that one.
Shit, yeah. Yes,
Who's
it was. Oh, I love Han Solo.
All right.
I never heard of it.
I love old guys that crash their planes.
Are you serious, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm
What'd you
serious.
say?
I've never heard of it.
My! Oh, you're
American
in for a
Graffiti?
treat.
That was Harrison Ford's first role, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
Yes.
Really?
All right.
Yeah, it
all
was
right.
the
He was a carpenter.
All right. So you ready me to play the trailer?
Yeah.
I am the youngest here, I believe.
Cunningham.
I'm the youngest here.
What they're gonna do with it? With what?
Oh, I can't wait for season
That's not.
Whatever.
No,
That's not
whatever.
it.
can't wait for season 2.
Yeah, me either. Can't wait for season 2.
Oh, baby.
Not born yet.
Grab that
In
special
62.
one and jump into your
None of us
Candy
were.
Cutter Custom or your screaming machine cruise down.
Aubin. I don't know about Aubin.
American Graffiti.
American Graffiti. Baby, what's that?
It's a movie.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Go back in time.
Where were you in 62?
Can you dig it?
Auburn was 98 when this was filmed.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7
6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock.
9, 10,
6,
11
7 o'clock,
rock.
rock around the clock tonight.
What did you say? Someone wants me. Someone wants
Wow.
Dreyfus?
Look how young he is.
73.
Dreyfus?
I was only 2.
And I bet you're smart enough to get us some brew.
Oh, look, the hooker.
Toad.
Point pen, pint of Old Harper.
Okay, you got an ID for the liquor?
Not to let them go.
He was in the Untouchables.
Oh, well, I also.
No, left in the car.
We're finally getting out of this turkey camp. You just can't stay 17 forever.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Yes, ma'am.
You ever get tired of going through the day with somebody that ain't around? I'm up for grabs.
When you say goodbye, well, that'll be the day.
Is that Is that Shirley from Laverne and Shirley?
Yes, it is.
That's her.
Out, baby.
Shirley Feeney.
Wolfman
Yeah.
Jack.
You ever seen this?
Man, Jack.
Todd?
It's been a long time.
You know Toby Juarez?
I wasn't born
We
either,
killed him
Blue.
last night.
Excuse me, I think we've had an accident.
Well, I won't report you this time, but next time just watch it, will you?
God, it's been a million years since I've seen that.
I mean, I swear to you, it's been 20 years at least, if
Oh,
not
longer
30.
for me.
Standard, man. I can dig it.
It's one of those great old movies about romance, racing, and rock and
Yeah.
roll.
Oh, man.
Racism and
I
rock
just
and
loved
roll.
it because of hearing the door.
American Graffiti. Where were you in '62?
I've never seen this trailer.
I was a
Wow.
twinkle. I was a twinkle in my daddy's eye.
I wasn't even a twinkle in nobody's
No.
damn eye. I was not a Twinkie in nobody's eye back then.
I was a stain on my daddy's bed sheets.
So those
No.
that have not seen,
No,
those that
me
have not
neither,
seen
but
this,
I
watch
still,
and enjoy.
I don't think I've seen that since HBO in 1978. I think is when I saw that.
I was born in 1978.
Baby,
Baby.
it's a baby. But
Andrew, when were you born?
I wasn't even 84.
Jesus.
Jesus, good grief!
You bunch of
Damn,
Bunch
give
of
you all
old
the
bastards.
nipples. Damn, give me the.
I know
mega
Mike and
bottle.
Todd got me by 4 years. I don't know what all.
Yeah, he's
I'm
just,
the
he's
meaning.
just
I'm the meaning of life right now. I'm
me and Todd are the same age.
You guys are 67, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. I was 71.
What years old?
Don't we look it? All right.
No, actually. No, you don't.
So, all right.
You-
So, Karaoke says he remembers the early HBO. I'm telling you, my friend at HBO when it first came out, I remember American Graffiti showing back
I
then.
thought HBO was like 80s, like
It
or
was.
90s.
Well,
Yeah.
it was early 80s.
Wasn't it the
Because my
movie
parents-
network?
My parents were
The
little.
80s.
I
Early
lived-
80s.
Well, the reason
The
why I can remember
HBO
that,
heyday was the 80s. Yeah.
early. I mean, because when I lived
In the
in
90s.
Seattle, I remember my friend having HBO, and we had the little paper guide that told you what was going to show. And maybe none of you guys had HBO
Fancy.
way back then.
No.
And you had to
Not in
flip the
Canada.
paper guide, and it would tell you what was
No, I
showing each
did.
time. And it had to be 81 because I was living in Seattle. So
It was a pay station in Canada, wasn't it, Blue?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you had to pay
MTV.
for it. My
And
buddy-
I remember
It was
MTV.
paid also.
Yeah, it was paid, but
You had to pay for it.
yeah, it was a
Still
good.
do.
Wasn't no Cody for that shit.
See,
If
I
you
remember
remember,
MTV.
Blue?
My grandma had a big giant satellite dish in her
No.
backyard, and you'd have to do the old
Blue-
to get Disney
Blue-
or yeah.
Blue, if you remember MTV, you got to subscribe to me on YouTube.
Okay, done and done.
All right, wait. Now, does she remember MTV when it actually showed videos, or does she
Yeah.
remember when MTV was showing like all the reality stuff?
Did you hear what I just said about the fact that my grandmother had a giant satellite
One of
dish
them
in her
old
backyard?
school
And actually
giant,
had to move
like,
it
you
to
could-
get the
you
different
could-
channels. Yeah, back in those days.
I remember those.
Yeah, that was the original MTV.
That's going back.
Yeah, I was little.
Look at Redneck says he was 3 years
Jesus
old.
Christ.
Blue, do you
You guys are
remember
so old.
what's her name? Do you remember someone by the name of Martha Quinn?
Yep.
Martha Quinn is on iHeartRadio in San Francisco now, right?
Cool.
Yeah, she's 6 to 10 San Francisco time every day. All 80s, bumper to bumper.
No, you
Oh,
want to know
lovely
what's
lady.
good? If you have XM radio, you get to listen to Nina Blackwood, who sounds like she smoked too many cigarettes now.
I have Sirius XM, and I
And
know who Nina Blackwood is.
She's like, hey, we're going to play some of the hits.
Alan Hunter, JJ
And I'm
Jackson, all of
I'm
them.
like, dang, girl, you need to lay off them cigs because your voice is jacked.
That smoky voice.
Yeah.
Hey, Claire, I'm already subscribed to you.
Yeah.
What's that?
All right.
I'm already subscribed to you.
You are?
Video killed the radio.
I gotta get some fucking content going then.
Video killed the radio star.
Andrew was polite enough last week to tell me when my last episode was.
In other words, get on that shit.
Fuck right.
Hey, he will subtly tell you when you're fucking up.
Well, and then you got Todd, who makes me do 2 fucking shows a week. It's like, I was supposed to go drink wine at my girlfriend's place tonight on her deck. We were gonna social distance, but you know what? I had to come here and hang out with you.
She said she was gonna be drinking on a deck or hanging out here. And
I'm doing it tomorrow instead.
And hey, I just sold myself to Blue there, even though I didn't realize I already sold myself to her. So barring Andrew, the other 2 fuckers on the panel here, you got to do a girl a favor and go to my fucking channel on YouTube and subscribe to me as well. It's a good time. It's about music.
Who's he talking to about fuckers? I don't know any fuckers. Just
no fuckers here.
First of all, I'm not a he, so
no fuckers here.
No fuckers or he's.
Or he's.
But yeah, check me out on YouTube.
Check it.
Self-plug.
All right. So hey, Claire, I will post. I'll post your YouTube channel in the show notes, so people
if you
can
like.
jump on. Yeah. Hey, I'll put it in there. All right, so we're gonna roll out of here because we're at 2 hours. I told Andrew we're keeping it under 2 hours. Sorry, Andrew.
Which you didn't again.
Sorry, Andrew.
Man's got to
Sorry,
work.
Dad.
I need another beer.
Sorry, Andrew.
He already knows we're done talking about shit, though. If he actually needed to, he could bow out because he knows nothing important is gonna happen from now on.
Nothing from here. Well, once we finished at 1 hour and 45 minutes, it was bullshit from then.
Yeah, pretty much.
So all right.
Okay, so the 2 movies now are American Graffiti and the what was it?
The postcard
killings.
Unless Claire decides to change her fucking mind.
There's still time to change.
There's still time.
No, there's not.
I've just been sitting here, just quietly sitting here, just thinking. Bloody hell! Old people can talk for quite a while, can't they?
Yeah.
When they get talking about movies.
Yeah.
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 Because you start reminiscing about, remember the good old days.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember when?
And he's like, "You remember Pokemon? It was great."
Oh, remember when you had that big satellite dish in your back garden?
Like, the funny thing is after watching the American Graffiti commercial or trailer there, now that I see Richard Dreyfuss, I'm like, oh God, I want to watch Jaws.
That was even before my time.
That was my favorite. I saw that when I was 4, Todd. I was 4. My
1971.
My babysitter took.
I saw it at the drive-in.
Yeah, my babysitter took me to the show. My mom didn't know she was taking me to see Jaws.
When did Jaws come out?
74.
Was that in the 70s?
75. It says.
Hey, Dalton, you're
For
welcome.
some reason I thought it was in the 80s.
No. Yeah, she's like, "Can I take Shannon to the show today?" My mom's like, "Yeah, sure." I guess she thought she'd take me to a Disney or something, and got back and said, "Oh, what'd you say you're going to see?" She's like, "Jaws." See, scary shows do not screw kids up. I was just fine, and I still love the movie.
Hey, Dalton, night, folks. Thanks for another night of time well wasted. There's watching my show, times will be just, it'll be like, what happened to my time? I don't know. It's just fucking gone.
Yeah.
Great episode as always.
Yeah, it's all good. So we're gonna roll out of here.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any plugs or things going on this week that you guys want to promote or talk about?
Yep, I do actually. I am now selling Tupperware apparently. Somehow I got roped into that shit. So if you guys need anything, let me know.
She wants her free shit. Okay.
If I can continue the self plugs, I do have stuff going on besides my YouTube channel. I've decided to explore the Instagram Live world, and I know there's a few. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. But for all the dance music people in the Codyverse, if anybody wants to follow me on YouTube, just search my fucking name. You'll find me. It's easy. I I'm going to be basically talking to the movers and the shakers in the global club and rave scene. And I've got some people coming up that I hope are going to be willing to talk to me live on Instagram.
Damn, I don't even have Instagram yet.
So that's where you can find me. But for my usual show, like I said, YouTube.
So
I'm easy to find.
All right, Claire, give me both those links after the show's over, and I will add that to the show notes. Okay?
Sure.
Darth J, I will tell you, once you can start a stream, like on video, pause it, and then if you go to the, I think it looks like a little comment, and you should see it in there if it has it. Anybody else got anything going on this week that you guys want to highlight, post, shout out to? Other than Tupperware?
No.
I thought that was funny.
All right. So I'll say the only thing I got going on is Friday night show. Friday night show.
What do you mean you got going on? We got going on.
Yeah, you're coming because Nemzi's going to be on, and maybe China Cat with her new build, and maybe somebody else. We'll see who shows up. So again, hopefully that rolls out on.
Is Nemzi going to be talking about his Netflix app, like the one that's like Netflix?
Don't know. He just he requested. He said it hadn't been a long time since I've been on. How about if I come on? I'm like, come on. So
Come on.
Friday night, and I don't remember who it was that was asking YouTube questions about APK or APIs for his Zion build. Ask that either in my Telegram chat or ask it on Friday night's Cody show. This isn't really a Cody show. This is a movie show.
Or Google it. I know people hate hearing that, but just Google YouTube API and it gives you instructions, because I did that and it was really easy.
Yes. You're
Instead of
exactly
waiting.
correct. Yes. So either wait for me or Google it. And that's all we got going on. So the two movies are American Graffiti and Postcard Killing.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
No, I'm shitting. I'm shitting.
All right. Hold on. Sit down. All right. Look at that. Hey, I muted your ass. Sit the hell down. All right. So we're going to roll out of here, folks. Hey, I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching Player Pass. And watch the movie for the next time. And be brave enough to join. Look at Shaggy joined. He ain't scared. He wasn't scared. Alban ain't scared. And we're going to hear about what
We had
Alban's
Diana
next.
on earlier too.
Diana was on, and Darth J was on. And
Shaggy, bring the dog next time.
we weren't able to have Darth J talk, but hey, jump on next time. Just be
Well, you
patient.
kept cutting him off. If you stopped,
I didn't.
You kept kicking him off the stream.
No,
What the
he
hell?
left. I didn't kick it. So, yeah. So hey, we're gonna roll out of here. Thanks, y'all. for watching.
Sorry, hold on. He got new keys, and that isn't it. What? There's 3 keys he needs to grab. 3 of them. 3 different codes. Boop boop boop. Pop it in the YouTube add-on. Bob's your uncle. It's pretty straight.